I might offend a lot of people here today, but I'm okay with that because the nature of our content is basically we are making if you're dealing with the decolonization of the mind, then you must realize that it's not an easy job. When I talk about One Africa, when I talk about uniting Africa, a lot of people they think I'm naive, that I just talk things that they're not reality. I'm carrying this mission. I know it's reality because I see the weight of it. I see the weight of your response. I see, whatever we release, some content, I see the feedbacks. Some of them I receive from the videos we watch. Some of them I receive personal message because I have people that they're close to me. So I read the messages and all this stuff. And I see how difficult it is. And let me tell you this, man. You'll never realize that, the concept of Pan-Africanism and the concept of Africanism and raising giants that will stand for Africa, will give everything they have to defend this continent with everything that got. You realize that it's a very difficult mission once you are in it. If you're outside of it, you're not going to realize that. But when you are in it, then you're going to start facing those difficulties. You're going to start facing those situations, right? And to be honest, I'm not really saying everything that I face, but some of the governments, I'm not going to be straight with this, but some of the governments here in Africa, they're not up to Pan-Africanism. Some of the leaders that we have in Africa, they don't stand with Pan-Africanism. And we go to those countries or we live in those countries. So if you're an individual standing for that, then you automatically, by default, you become the enemy. If it is the country, then you become the enemy of the state. I don't want to be enemy of my country or enemy of anywhere. I don't want to be. But by default, you become, because if my ideas are not aligning with your government or with your leader or with my country, automatically I became an enemy. Because African culture, right? If the leader says something, you need to follow. If the elder says something, you need to follow. You need to obey. You don't need to go astray, right? But if you say one thing and then I say another thing, you see me as a threat automatically. And I think that's what I've been seeing in the recent videos that I've been releasing here in Swahili Nation and everywhere, right? I don't say that everything that I say is right, but I raise my opinions. And these opinions, my aim is to hear your opinions too. My aim is to steer up the conversation. My aim is for us to get out of our mindset and to go a little bit further, is to get out of our boxes, to think that everything that our government does is good or everything that our government does is bad. No, there must be a line. You cannot stand here today and tell me that everything that my government is doing is wrong. I'm not going to agree with you. It doesn't matter how much you hate your government, how much you hate your leader, but I'm not going to agree with you if you say that. I think you're not reasoning. I think you're being emotional. If you say that statement, it comes from your emotion that you just hate your government. So whatever they do, it's wrong. And if you say that everything that your government does is right, is good, I'm not going to agree with you. You're being emotional as well. Nobody does good 100%. Not me, not your government, not anybody. Nobody does good 100%. And why are we citizens? Why are we Africans? Why are we part of the community? Why are we part of our countries? Because we as a people, we are to keep them accountable. We as a people, we are to hold our leaders accountable. So when I come here and I speak about the leader you love, I speak bad things about the leader you love, it's not personal to you. Don't take it personal. Don't take it emotionally, but see the bigger picture that I am here to keep them accountable. That's actually not my only job. That is your job as well. So perhaps you're not doing your job. I'm helping you to do your job as well. You know what I'm saying? I don't consider myself that, I'm the only one to speak these things, because I see the questions. Who are you to say this? Who are you this and this? Yes, who I am? Yes, I'm Mika, and I'm standing for One Africa. And I'm not going to shut up. I'm going to keep talking about it, because if you'll do your job right, these things, we're not going to see all these issues happening in the continent right now. So I wrote something today, and I want to start from there. And I'm going to just start from there, and then I'll continue to dive deep. All right. I started with this statement that I wrote this here on my Instagram. I think I'm gonna tweet as well, because I haven't tweeted this. So let me just tweet this little quick, and then I'm gonna start here. All right. So our job as a citizen, as a people, is to keep our leaders accountable, and we must do that. If the day you think your leader is God, the way you think your leader does everything right, then you're not helping them. Most of us, we think that, clapping hands and not criticizing, not pointing out what we think is wrong is us actually supporting the leadership. No, it's not. Let me tell you, it's not. Whether you are pro-government or you are not pro-government, it doesn't matter, man. But you not holding them accountable, you're not doing your job. And that's why they screwed up. That's why they make mistakes, because we are not awakening enough to hold them accountable. Let me say this. When I look at Ethiopia, I see how the leader of Ethiopia has been attacked, right? There's a majority of people who love him, the majority of people who hate him. It's somewhere at the middle. And I see it as a good sign. I see it as a good sign. Why? Because the people must keep their leader accountable. When I see them attacking, yes, some of them are very passionate. So they will say a lot of things. A lot of things. It's not a, let me tell you this, it's not a bad sign. It is a good sign, because if you do things and everybody agrees with you, then you don't have genuine people in your life. If you do something and everybody just say, no, it's bad thing, it's bad thing, you don't have genuine people in your life. You better find another people. If you're a leader of a country and everybody don't like what you do, you better find another country to be a president there. And if you do something and everybody loves you, you have a problem. So we must hold our leaders accountable. And how do we hold them accountable? When we see reports like this come to us. Okay, so let me start from here. I tweeted this just right now. I tweeted this, that the day leaders wake up, Africa will never be the same. What we see every day in Africa is the results of failure or success of leadership. So not only in Africa, but what we see today, what we see in life, what you see in your country. If there's a war in your country, you must know that is the result of failure of your leadership, of the leadership in your country. If there's no war, you have peace, everything is going right, it's like heaven on earth, then you must realize that it's the result of the success of the leadership in your country. You understand that? Everything we see in Africa, day in, day out, is the result of failure or success of the leadership. Everything lies, everything begins, everything ends with leadership. My job, me as Mika, with the mission of uniting Africa, my job is to hold leaders accountable. The decision they make every single day, my job is to question them, not to applaud that, oh, this decision, yes, yes. No. That's not my job. Maybe that's the job of the member of the parliament or the ministers that your leaders have chosen. Because we have this issue with leaders. If I am a leader and I appoint you, I want you to agree with me in everything. You're not helping me. I don't want people who will agree with me with everything. No, that's why Africa, it is where it is today, because we have leaders that are being pointed, and the only favor they want to do, they're not working for the country or for the people, but they're working for the leader who appointed them. I tweeted this the other day. Yeah, I tweeted this the other day. Guys, if you don't follow me on Twitter, go there. I tweet a lot of pretty good stuff there. Let me just promote myself a little bit. Okay, let me read this tweet. Let me read this tweet, because I love tweeting, because that's where you raise conversation. But people, they don't really respond there, anyways. I tweeted this the other day. What was it about? What was that? Okay, I tweet a lot of stuff. So what was I saying? I even forgot what I was just saying right now. Okay. I believe let me see that. I tweeted something that I think it is very important about leadership. I have a passion about leadership, and it's sad that Africa, we don't have role models that we can look at and be like, I want to be like that guy. I want to be like that man, because, today you love them, tomorrow you hate them. You know what I'm saying? But if let me tell you this, man, Africans, young people, listen to me and hear me loudly today, loud and clear. If your job is to clap for everything your leader is doing, you're not helping them. That's not your job as a citizen. Is everything heaven on earth for you? When leaders are doing what they're supposed to do, our job is to ask them, to question them, to hold them accountable. Not, oh, at least you have done that. Okay, at least you did that. No, it's not at least. Don't settle for anything lesser than your value. We can't settle with at least. We need to have at most, because those are leaders. So if you are leading us, you are our leader. We look up to you, and everything you do is at least. What do you expect your country is going to be? That's why our continent is at least, because we settle for at least. Somebody say at least. I raised my point about the statue, the Nyerere J.K. Nyerere statue. Some people are attacking me that you are exaggerating things. This at least, we put here African Union, put this, statue of J.K. at least. Don't tell me at least. I don't want at least. I want at most. When we started this year, we declared that 2024 is going to be a year of excellence. A year of excellence, it means every single thing we do, it must be excellent. We must hold our leader to the level of excellence, because if you're a leader of a country, that means you have vision, that means you have intelligence, that means you have eyes, and you can actually lead us. Because the people you're leading are not... Okay, just because you're a leader, don't think that you're smarter than everybody else you lead. Sometimes people you lead, they're more smarter than yourself. Actually, the job of a leader, once you realize that, then you're gonna free yourself from the stress. If you think you're better than everybody you lead, that's a wrong journey to take, because you're only one leader and you have millions of people leading them. I'm telling you, in those 60, 100, 20 million people, the people who are smarter than you, the people who have knowledge more than you, the people who have more vision than you, the people who can do the job you're doing better than you. So the job of a leader is to actually work for the country, and not to work for the leaders who appointed them, not to work for the elites who provided money to them, not to work for the sponsors from the outside, from the west, from the east. That's not a job of a leader. As a leader, your job is to work for your people. What does your people want? What does your country want? How will you know that this is what my country wants? You look at the people. What does my people want? But in the context of African leadership, we look at what does the West want, what does Americans want, what does the Eastern want. If we don't do that, this is going to happen to us. What do they want? We are not working for our people, because our interest is not to the country, is somewhere else that we can get money, that we can get support, that we find favor from them. And so we don't work for the interest of the people. That's why people are panicking. That's why African right now, everywhere there's a coup d'etat. Why? Because Africans are tired. Young generation are tired. So if you're young generation, if you're watching me right now, obviously you're young and you have mindset and you have uncolonized mentality. How can you afford to sit down and to clap for your leader? For what did they do to deserve that? I don't see that. And I think we settle for less for a long time, that we even forgot that there's something called excellence. We even forgot that there's something called at most and not at least. As a leader, do you understand the meaning of leader? A leader means you're leading people. And if you're leading us at least, then the entire country is going to be at least. That's the reason. When you see poverty in Africa, not because Africa is not rich. Congo, the wealth in Congo is more than $2 trillion. That is the economy of US and Europe combined. That's the worth of just one country, Congo. Hear me out. The wealth of one country, Congo, is over $2 trillion. Approximation. That is approximation, guys. $2 trillion. That is the economy of United States and whole Europe combined. That is the wealth of single country in Africa, Congo. How many countries do we have in Africa? 54 countries. I did not tell you the wealth of Tanzania, South Africa, Kenya, Somalia, Ethiopia. I did not tell you the worth of Zimbabwe, Ghana, Nigeria. I did not tell you that. Imagine the worth of the entire continent. Let me tell you this. Africa is not only superpower. Africa is the true meaning of power. But what kept us where we are today? Why are we here? Why are we down? Why are we poor? Why are we living in a life that, man, everybody's looking down on us? People, they're supposed to be scared of Africans. Not because we are scaring, not because we kill one another, because we have so much wealth. And you want wealth from us. Therefore, you're going to treat us with respect. You're going to treat us with honor and dignity for what we have. But you have people like Eric Prince who stand there and say, we must recolonize Africa again because these guys are not doing a thing. Why? You have a little man like that. He's not even a leader. You have somebody like that speaking about the entire continent of Africa, all the IQs in Africa, you and me. If you are not getting mad and angry of your government or the leaders that you have chosen them to lead you, then you have a problem. You have a problem. I am not the one with the problem. You have a problem if you're not getting mad. I can't allow Eric Prince to sit there and to be like, we must recolonize these guys again. Do you understand the meaning of colonization? And you have some Africans, stupid Africans, they have decency to say that, oh yeah, it's better to recolonize Africa. No. Everybody shall bear their own cross. If you're a leader, you screw things up and we're living in poverty, you bear your own cross. I'm not going to be a slave because of the mistakes you make, because most of the mistakes in Africa, it is because of the leadership. Every success and every failure in Africa is a result of leadership. Tweet that and tag me, Mika Chavala. Tweet that and hashtag Mika. Every failure and success in Africa, it is because of leadership. Everything begins there. I can't let these little men stand there and say these things. And I'm not afraid to talk to them. I'm not afraid to speak to them. This man, you call yourself civilized, you speak things like this. But why? Ask yourself, somebody has a decency, somebody has a confidence to speak something like that. Who caused that? Our leaders. I call them politicians. You understand this? So, guys, let's not be naive. Africans, let's not be naive. Not everything our leaders are doing is right. No. Even when it's right, we need to ask them. We need to question them. We need to create the culture of questioning our leaders. We need to create the culture of questioning things. You know what? I love when I see this. Some people are telling me that, oh man, I don't know what happened to you. These days you became really angry. This the way you're taking, man. I've been like this all the time. You are just not paying attention. I've been this all the time. And I'm not angry, man. I have so much peace. I'm living a peaceful life. I'm having the best time of my life. This is one of the best years of my life. And that's why I see things clearly. You know, sometimes when you go through pain, you do not even recognize, you know, there's so much pain around you because you only see your issues. You only see your problem. But when you don't have issues, when you don't have problems, then you begin to see a lot of problems everywhere that, oh my goodness, I did not realize this, that. Man, I see things clear right now more than ever before. So let's go to Somalia. I know there's Somali people here. Hear me out. I want you guys to reason with me. We have seen Somalia sign MOU with United States to build 5 military bases in Somalia. These are not foreigners, but foreign military bases. These are Somali military bases. So America, they are going to build for you. They're going to train your soldier. They're going to provide everything. So basically, they're foreign bases because you're not building it. Whatever house you're not building it, somebody's building for you. You know, it's not yours. It's theirs. Okay, good. So you know, as a Somali, and I give my analysis as a Somalia, as a Somali people. Okay, you have to understand me that when I release these videos, I don't release as someone who is coming out from another country. If you came here recently, then you're not gonna understand me. I release my analysis as someone who is coming from that country. So if the entire country is applauding that, hey, yes, hooray, Somalia, hooray, Somalia, hooray, we're gonna be a superpower, 5 military bases, yes, with a superpower America, yes. If we do all of us like this, me as another Somali person, I am standing with those few people who cannot even speak against that. And I'm not just following the crowd. I'm not following the good image of the picture and the plan and the MOU I see. No, I dig deep down. I think who, why, when, what, and where. I think about these 5 questions. And when I go deep, when I dig down and I think about this, then because sometimes people, they don't really reveal the truth. So you just give yourself assumption. You just give yourself options that, okay, what are the options do we have in here? Okay, we have one option. Maybe things will go very well. Good. Hey, that's one we're going to clap. That they're going well. And then you have another option that perhaps things will go very bad. What if they go well? And what if they go very bad? So I have 4 principles in my life. If you follow me on social media, you will see everywhere I've written predatide. So predatide, there's preparation, details, time, and decisions, or difficult decisions. These are my principles in life. Preparation. So if things are going to go very bad, am I prepared for that scenario? Or am I just believing in faith that everything will be right? No, I only believe like that with God, not with the man. I don't trust men. Come here, you will tell me your plan that this will go very well. I'll ask you, what if it doesn't go well? What is your plan if it's not going to go well? And I'm going to ask you, why are you doing this? And I'm going to ask you, when did you do this? What are you doing? And then I'm going to ask you, where are you going with this? And I'm going to ask you, who are you? That's actually the first one. Who are you? Who the heck do you think you are? I'm going to ask you that. Answer me that, and then I'm good. So we have MOU, but we don't have details of what Somalia has given to United States. All right, I'm just helping here. I am Somali. I am an African. I'm talking to my fellow Somalis. Do you know what are you giving away to get these 5 military bases? Do you know it? If you know, let me know. What are you giving to United States? What are you sacrificing? What are they getting by giving you this? Because they are not helping you. I tweeted today that Africa does not need help. Africa needs unity. This is not help, because that is the very reason why we were colonized. That is the very reason why we are still in neocolonialism until today. Why? Because we don't ask. We don't question. We see deals. Let me tell you this. This MOU, Somali and United States, it's not a new thing. Africa has been going through all this MOU since independence. What has changed here? We don't see nothing changed here. All right. Congo is going through a lot right now with M23. The defense secretary, he said this, that, this M23, it seems like we cannot really compete with them because they have the good weapon. They have razors for night. They have good elements. They have like some weapon, to take down the drones. They have better, he said this, they have better weapon than United Nations themselves. So ask yourself, this is M23. Where do they get this weapon? Now, different countries coming in your country, in the region that is very sensitive, the Horn of Africa, where you go to Djibouti, you have more than 7 military bases there. German, France, United States, Japan, Chinese, you have Turkey, you have, who else? The 7th one, you guys will help me out. In the same country. And the same region. Someone who always looks like a hero, but deep inside is the villain. These are not assumption, these are evidence. I always talk about Muammar Gaddafi here. Villain. And we celebrate that we have 5 military bases from the United States. And you don't even know, what have you given? What have you given? Let me ask you, what have you given? What have you given to them? Did you ask? If you know, God bless you. If you don't know, did you ask that question? Or you just saw the news, MOU this, that's okay. I'm telling you, people who are taking down on our countries, we are the one taking down our countries. Why? Because leaders, they will do whatever pleases them. But if we don't question them, if we don't hold them accountable, they'll keep doing it. They'll keep making mistakes. If we question them, then they will know that next time we come with this, we should know. We should know what to do. We should know how to do it. We should question them. It's not a sin to question. So some of my fellow Somalis, they think that I hate Somali government. They think that I attack Somali people. I don't attack Somali people. I don't hate the government. I don't hate Somalia. I love Somalia. I want to go there. I love these people. You guys are here. You guys are Africans. I love you with everything I got. But don't see me as the enemy of Somalia. I'm not the enemy of Somalia. I actually love Somalia. That's why I do this. I love it. That's why I do that. I have to do it. I have to, because whatever that is going to happen to Somali, I'm not going to be safe. I'm in the same continent that is here, that you are in here. That you're in here. You're in here, I'm in here, we're in the same continent. If anything bad happened to the continent of Africa, it's going to happen to me as well. How sure I am, whatever country I'm living in Africa, because a lot of you don't know where I'm living, but whatever country I'm living in Africa, if something bad is going to happen to your country, it can happen to my country too. That's the way I think. That's Ubuntu spirit. That's Pan-Africanism, that Africanism, that the spirit of oneness that I think. So we must ask. That's the only thing I'm saying. A question. Ask your government that, hey, all right. And I know your government hate me for that because they don't want us to ask these questions, you know. So perhaps my dreams to come to Somalia is ended because perhaps, but anyways, we must ask them that, what are we giving? No, guys, listen. These are Americans. You know, they did mistake in Somalia, right? You know the history of Somalia. You know what they did. You know how many people died in Somalia because of them. You know that. The mistakes they've done. Today, I was reading the story. I was rereading the story of Congo and also the story of Rwanda genocide. And then I realized that the reason why Americans, this is what he said, President Clinton, he said that the reason why he did not interfere, and he regretted, he did not interfere the Rwanda genocide, it is because he did not want to make the same mistake he did in Somalia. So he stayed away. As a result, almost 1 million people were killed. And he was regretting. You understand that? The same guys who did massacres in your country, and I don't know if there's a reparation. I don't know if they've done reparation because nobody seemed to care about reparation in Africa with everything they've done. The same guys today, they're coming to your country, they're going to build 5 military bases in your country, and you celebrate. It's not something to celebrate. Nothing about this is good. Let me say this again. Nothing about this is good. And if you don't see that, I'm afraid you're judging this situation emotionally. But this is not me being emotional. This is me being critical, to ask questions. What are we giving away? Let me tell you this. If Congo's wealth is $2 trillion US dollar, the economy of the United States and Europe combined, what is the wealth of Somalia? And let me ask you this. Do you think that wealth of Somalia, it cannot build 5, even 10 military bases in Somalia? Africa is not poor. We have money. We are rich. But the problem is that money is in the hands of the few for themselves and not for the country and for the people, because we have politicians who are working for themselves. They're not working for the country. They're not working for the people. They're working for those who put them in power. That's the problem. That's why we keep selling our countries and we think we are poor. But Africa is not poor. Don't tell me that, okay, in order to develop, we need to partner with these superpowers. Africans, wake up. America is no longer superpower. By fact, China is right now. But if I go further, Africa is a superpower. But we don't know this yet. And my people are perishing because of lack of knowledge. We are perishing because we don't have that understanding that we are actually rich. Let me tell you again, Congo's wealth is over $2 trillion. The economy of the United States and Europe combined. That's the wealth of a single country in Africa. Tell me we're not rich. I'm not telling you this to excite you. I ain't here to excite you, because you guys, you will understand. You know, I love my people from Ethiopia. I love you guys so much. And I love that all the time I talk positive about Ethiopia. You guys are very excited and you're always there. But when I talk negative again, I'm being attacked. Let me tell you this. This is how it's gonna be. My relationship with you is gonna have highs and lows. Because I ain't just gonna praise you for everything. No, I'm gonna tell you the truth, the way it is. I'm not gonna sugarcoat. I'm going to tell you the way it is. If you like me, that's good. If you don't like me, that is good. If you stay, that is good. If you walk away, that is good. But all who walk away, they come back again sometimes, because they see message they love, then they come back. When they see the message they don't like, they run away. It's just like that. That is kind of our relationship, and I already gotten used to it. Because if I'm loved by everybody every time, then there's something I'm not doing right. I love when you guys hate me. I love when I see these negative comments. I love it. I'm like, this is it. That's the button I should be pressing a lot of time, because I'm not here to just be celebrated. No, you guys can hold me accountable as well. Let me tell you, I go through your comments, I read them, and some of them I reply to them, and some of them I come and make videos because of your comments, because I care, and I don't think I'm God that I make everything right. No, just like the same way I'm holding these leaders accountable, I want you guys to hold me accountable, because if you don't hold me accountable, then I would think I'm doing everything right. And I don't think I'm doing everything right. And that is what leadership in Africa is missing. Because when we question, we become enemies of the states. But let me tell you this, man. If one person questions, then I'm going to become the enemy of the state. But what if all citizens questions? Then they will know that what they're doing is wrong. Sometimes you listen to our leaders and they come to us and they talk as if they think everybody has never even gone to kindergarten. They give you reasons that you're like, so you expect me really to, excuses? Everything is excuses. The speech of 2 hours, just excuses. No, don't tell me excuses. Tell me, how are you going to do that? Don't sit and tell me, okay, we have done A, we have done B, we have done C. Man, let me tell you this. Let your work speak for itself. That's what is lacking in Africa's leadership. Let your work speak for yourself. Don't defend yourself. Let your work defend you. People see, if you've done something, they will see it, they will know it, they will appreciate it, they will speak about you, they will create and make statue for you. Not like the one J. Kenya, not that. That is another guy. They will do that for you. Let your work speak for itself. Don't defend your work. No, let the work speak for yourself. And with all being said this, today I released a video of Congo, and I said this. I released this video on TikTok, on Instagram, and I released here on YouTube. I said this. This is what I said. I said, the leaders of Congo, your job is not to put a blame on another leader. Let me say this. I'm not taking away the possibility of someone else being involved or of Rwanda being involved. I'm not taking it away. You must understand me. But I'm holding, sometimes my message is direct to the leaders, not to you guys. So don't take it personal. You must understand, who am I addressing to? And I always address that. This is for the leaders. So I'm trying to leaders, your job is not to complain. If you complain, what do you want us to do? You not deserve to be a leader. You don't deserve to be there. If you complain, if you accuse others, your job is to find solutions. Your job is to come and to tell us, what are we going to do? Your job is for you to show us the way, not to stand and to complain, whining like a little baby and start pointing fingers. That's not the job of a leader. That's the job of the citizen. We are supposed to be like, oh, that one I think is involved. That one, not a leader. Do you see how the leadership is in Africa? The job is not, it's crazy. That we have been sharing the message of the leaders here. Sometimes you put the message of one leader attacking another leader. It's crazy. It's like a reality show, keeping up with African leadership. It's a reality show. Like, we could make a TV show and make a lot of money because of that. It's crazy. If this is the level of our leaders where they are today, then we are lost. That's why Eric Prince said we must recolonize this continent again. Because they ain't serious. They're not doing anything serious. As a leader, you can't step and start complaining, whining like a little baby to somebody else that, oh, no, that's not a job of a leader. Tell us the plan. What is the plan? What are we going to do? Okay, how are we going to get out of poverty? How are we going to develop ourselves? How are we going to stop this war? Tell us, show us, do it. Let us complain about it. Let the people point fingers. And I'm telling you, as a leader, if you focus on the solutions, the people will follow you. So look at what is happening right now in Africa. And I'll say something very difficult today. And let me say this, because I did not say this in my videos, but I'm going to say this here because you guys are listening to me right now. Let me say this. I will say this again. The reason why in my videos I'm not accusing Rwanda, because I'll tell this blankly to anybody every time, because I do not know. As simple as that. I do not know. I do not have evidence. I do not know anything. If you're sitting there, you want me to accuse Rwanda for what you believe, you want me to believe and to say that, I'm not going to do it. I was reading the history today, and I shared the video of the history, how it happened in 1996, in 1998, in 1999. What happened in Congo? I shared that video because these are history. These are facts out there. You can go and you can read, you can see. And when I share this history, I'm sharing the reason why people might accuse this side because of so many evidence that they put. But let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. Anything that United States, not people, but government is involved, question. Africans question. But sadly, in Africa, when United States are involving, we think like it's God already. God has already said, and this is how it's going to be. No, man. No, United States is not God. It's not hero. It might be hero for Americans, but not for the rest of the world. Let's put that clear. And anything that they are involved, let me tell you this, they have their interest. And they say this so many times. They care so much about the interest than your life, than you, than anyone. The good example, look at Libya. One of the biggest mistakes Obama made, and he confessed, it was killing Gaddafi. Why? Because they're looking at their interests. Gaddafi was a threat to them. People of Libya, they're living like heaven on earth. People in Libya, they did not know issues. Yes, that guy, he had his own issues, but people in Libya, they were living a life. The reserve that they had, that country had no debt. The reserve of the gold, it was ridiculous. The oil, every single liter of oil, when you buy, the certain portion of money was going to the people of Libya. I made a video here to talk about how Libya was when Gaddafi was there. Go back and you'll see that video. But NATO, France, United States, they had their own interest. They killed a leader of a country, guys, a leader in the national television. All of us, we watched the greatest leader in Africa being killed. Why? Because he's dictator. All right. He's dictator. Why? Because he stayed over power. And we believed. Museveni said that some of the leaders were leaving from their country, like 7 leaders, going to Libya. And they were summoned. They received just a call, like a little babies, and they told them, you must go back to where you're coming from somewhere. And all of them, like little babies, they turned away. They started to go back. The leaders of Africa. With one word, they turned away. As a result, Africa betrayed Gaddafi. The guy who was paying a lot of money to African Union. They betrayed Gaddafi. Gaddafi were killed in the national television. Guys, they understand that. Imagine you today go to another country to kill their president in the national television and everybody's watching. And Africans are like, yeah, he's a dictator. He's a dictator. All right, man, this... I don't want to go in another, because I was about to shift in the spiritual sphere, but I'm not going to go there. Imagine that is what is happening. And Africans were like, hey, why? Because United States are doing, they say he's a dictator. Yes, whatever they say, it's right. Yes, they're right. Yes, please crucify him. Yes, these guys, yes. Come on, guys. Today, Somalia, you're writing MOU with United States. You think, oh, yes, United States, yes, helping us, yes. 5 military vessels, yes. Now Ethiopia, they're not going to be able to invade us. Nobody's going to mess around with us. 5 military vessels with United States. Oh, man, let me tell you this, man. You don't ask questions. You don't know why. I'm telling you, you're being colonized. You're being colonized. This is not a good move. I am concerned with Somali government. I'll say that. And I'm not saying that for any other reason, but for these points I'm telling you. And you as a Somali or you as African, you have to be concerned as well. And therefore, you have to ask these questions. And I'm going to go for any leader, man. I'm going to go for any leader in Africa. That is my job. That's my purpose. That's why I was created, to be here, to ask questions. That's why. And I'm going to keep asking until the day I've done my mission, man. I want to stand before God and to be like, God, I did my part, man. When I was living in Africa, I asked a lot of questions. Yes, they hated me. Yes, they attacked me, but I asked them questions, guys. I've finished my mission. I'm going to sleep in peace. If I don't do it, I'm not going to sleep in peace. And I have a lot of sleepless nights because of things, because of the news I see. Every single day, something new, every single something new, and I ask questions. Africans, we're supposed to do that. These leaders are not going to make mistakes they do. They're not. They're going to learn from it. Let me tell you this. If you go to Western Africa right now, do you think leaders are playing around? They know that if I play around, you're going to have another coup d'etat, take you down. Let me tell you this, man. The Western media is painting these soldiers like, they're kind of like, they just want to echo us. Africa, they treat them like that. No. They sanctioned them. These guys, they did not go to African Union summit because they took over their government. ECOWAS, they were trying playing around with them. These guys, they withdraw themselves from ECOWAS. And I said the same thing, that these guys, they're going to withdraw themselves from African Union because there's nothing that they're benefiting from African Union. They're going to walk away. But see the people. Are they working for themselves, or they're working for their people and for their country? That should be the standard. Don't tell me that you cannot take by force. We need to put you on as an example. No, you're a leader. You ain't doing anything. What do you expect? People are tired. So look at the leader of Burkina Faso, what he's doing right now, building the nuclear plant. And building this, gold factory that they're gonna be producing from there. This guy is doing a lot of things, changing everything. He changed the uniform of schools. These people are wearing traditional uniforms, not European uniforms, traditional uniforms. And that's how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to be proud with what we have. I ain't here to clap hands for the leaders, for the decision they make, for everything. Man, I'm telling you this. I do the same thing to my own government. This one decision was made, and I made a video questioning them. And I made it in Swahili. It's here. Questioning them. I remember my parents called me and they rebuked me, because my parents, they don't watch these videos. But when I made the Swahili one, they listened to it and they called me. They were calling me every single day, 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, and evening. Where are you right now? Are you okay? Are you safe? Where are you right now? Are you okay? Are you safe? Because they know that people, they don't question those questions. And when you do it, you're going to be in trouble. They know it. So they rebuked me. They said, Mika, stop doing what you're doing. We still love you. We still want you. Don't do it. This is where we are. You question the government. You question the leadership. And you become a threat. Or later on, you'll be killed because you question. So don't you see the problem there? Don't you see the problem? So if I question your government and you think about, I saw one guy in TikTok as well, threatening me, and I saw that message and I replied to him. I was like, I'm coming to your country very soon. I can't wait to see you. Because let me tell you this, man, threats doesn't work with me, because I'm not scared. I'm already dead. I'm not scared. It doesn't work with me. So I am. And I'm thinking about this, and I'm looking at all the. So today I even released this video. Another video I released. Forget about that. I released this video. I released another video questioning about, and this is what I'm going to talk about. No, let me finish with Congolese leadership. So the job of a leader is to bring about solutions and not to create problems. If you are a leader and you don't have answers to the question we're asking, you don't deserve to be a leader. So hear me out. I don't mean that leaders, they have answers to all the questions we ask. No. But the skill of leadership is also understanding that you cannot do everything on your own. That you are there not because you're smarter than everybody else you lead. You need them. And when they question you, some of them, they have solutions to those questions. So the job of a leader is to know, to be wise enough to know who to place where. But the thing is, in this politics, a lot of leaders, they just choose people from their own leadership, nepotism. They choose their, nepotism is one of the biggest problem right now with Nigeria leadership. This guy, Tinubu, he chooses like his brother-in-law, his son-in-law. The guy who marries his daughter to be somebody there in the somewhere there. Like, he's just choosing his. This is the problem we have in Africa. And he has even different career. He don't have the career that he gave him responsibility. That's what we have in Africa. Just choose these neighbors, or because you're coming from my same party. Man, are you working for your party or are you working for the country? The first and foremost, it should be your country. That should be a priority and not your party. Your party should come next. If your party is going against the country, you should be wise enough even to quit your party, to walk away from your party, because you're defending the rights of the all people and not your party. Do you understand that? So that's why Africans hate politics, because you have this bunch of politicians who are working for their party. They want to fulfill the policies, the legacies. They want to be on the safe side with the chairperson, chairwomen, and chairmen of their parties, but not with the country. People that we as a leader, people that we need to answer to. It's not our party. It's our people. What the vision do you have for your country? What the vision do you have for the next generation? Because great leaders are concerned about the next generation. But politicians are concerned about the next election. You will realize that a lot of people we have leading us in the continent are politicians and not leaders, because they don't have answers for the next generation. So when I see 5-meter base by USA, I see the problem in the next generation. Okay. Okay, let me finish with Congo. Why I'm not finishing? Congo, people. Okay, I'm just putting everything together so you guys will figure out how to take them. Congo leadership. Leaders come with a solution. That is your job as a leader. Don't ask questions. We choose you to be a leader. Okay, the problem we have in leadership, most of them, we don't choose them. They just steal the votes and they become presidents. And so we don't even want them. And therefore they ask us questions. That's why we did not choose you. Why did you steal votes? Why did you steal votes and become a president? Why? I'm talking to Africa's leadership. Why do you steal votes and become president? We don't even choose you. Why do you steal? When other issues, problems happening in our countries, you look at us and start asking us, and you start complaining. You're the first one complaining, calling other names. Man, this is not going to bring us anywhere. This is not leadership we deserve. This is not leadership that is going to take us to promised land. This is not leadership for the next generation. We must be honest enough to admit this. And again, I don't have anything against any government in Africa. These individuals, I have anything. I don't have anything. But it's just very low. It's at least, this is the year of excellence, guys. If you see me here talking about excellence, it's because it's the year we declare at the beginning of it. It's going to be a year of excellence, and we're going to live up to that, including questioning these people. No, we're going to question them with everything we got. Don't come, man, leader. It's so sad. It's so sad. We just point fingers. All right, anything that United States government is involved, I smell bad. There's a bad thing happening. And that's why I'm telling you, as I said, I'll say something very difficult. Please understand me. Please understand me. Africa, don't let anyone divide you. What Belgium did in Rwanda genocide, it was that. Favoring minority above majority. As a result, majority, they're seeking to kill all minority. Later on, minority, they come back and they wanted some part of revenge. And a lot of people died, the same people. It's always about dividing and conquer. Let me tell you this. They will divide and they will favor one part because they have interest with that part. That is United States government. So please, I'm going to say things you don't want to hear, but hear me clear. I'm talking about the case of Congo and Rwanda. I'm talking about that. And some of you, I know, you're going to accuse me that you are being paid. You're being paid. All right, yes, I get that all the time. I get that all the time. And, you know, sometimes these things, they answer for themselves. You know, there was a time I was accused that I'm being paid by Ethiopian government. And when I come here and I talk against the Ethiopian government, they say you're being paid by the US. When I talk about you're being paid by Chinese, when I talk about Chinese, you gotta keep saying that until Jesus come back. And then eventually you realize that this guy is just living his life. All right. I know you might not want to hear this, but hear me loud. Congolese, hear me loud. Hear me loud and clear. You Congolese, you understand Swahili. Swahili, we say, siku za mwizi ni 40. It means if you're a thief, there's one day they're going to catch you. They're going to catch you. And that it will be 40th day. If you're a thief, you're just stealing things all the time. You can steal the first day, second day, third day, but 40th day, they'll catch you. We say, siku za mwizi ni 40. Let me tell you, Congolese people, God is alive and God is real. You guys have been crying for over 3 decades for the problem and issues. He is real. We must change the strategy. I know the only solution in Africa's problem, I know it. It's unity. I know it. Because the strategy that that dismantled Africa, the strategy that kept Africa poor and where it is today, while we're rich, it is divide and conquer. And when they favor one side, it is because they see bigger interest with that side than the other side. This is just me thinking. Nobody told me. This is just me thinking, because working for this Africa for all these years, I'll tell you this, man. I know United States to some extent that these guys cannot be trusted. So don't let somebody else tell you what is the problem with Africa. Don't let them tell you what is the problem with your country or with Africa. Don't. They are not placed there by God to do that. That's why they have decency to sit and to be like, we must recolonize Africa again, because we give them that power. Don't give them that power. The power of free will, even God himself does not take it away from you. He's not taking that away from you. That is the only power that is given you. That's why decision is one of the most important things in my principles. Is there. Decision is one of my principles. Difficult decisions, because I know my life is full with difficult decisions, and nobody can take that power away from you. Don't let somebody else think for you. Don't let somebody else place his or her thoughts for you, and then let somebody else make you believe otherwise because of your neighbor. Don't. That's why I am disappointed with Congolese leadership. With Congo leadership, I'm disappointed, because the people reflect the leader. If I see people complaining, if I see people whining, if I see people crying, it's because the leadership is crying. Leadership is complaining. Leadership is not doing its job. You're not standing on your position. That's why I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed because the leadership is constantly accusing, but it is not showing us this. What are you going to do? What are you going to do about it? How are you solving this? Guys, that's the reason why we have leader. That's the reason why we have leadership. If the country, it looked like we don't have leader, everything is just going, negative. It means leadership is not there. It means we have pictures of leaders. Leader, you are to bring solutions no matter how difficult it is. But we feel sorry for them and we say, oh, at least they're trying. Not at least. They have to be at most. Hear me, Africa. Hear me, young Africa. They have to be at most excellently do their job. Don't defend them. Why are you defending them? I can only defend our leaders against non-Africans. I will defend them all the time. That's why this guy, Eric Prince, what he said, I stood with Africa. Because I'm an African. I'm going to stand out. It's my priority to stand with my people. I'm going to do that. But I'm not going to defend them within the continent. No. You're not going to want me to pick sides here. I'm not going to pick sides. I'm not picking sides. I'm never picking sides. Even when you misunderstand me, I'm never picking sides. I love Africa. I love all countries in Africa 54. I love them so much dearly. And I'll say the same thing with any country. It doesn't matter. My country is not my country. I'll do the same thing. So when United States stand up and say something, let me tell you this, think twice. Think twice. Don't just take it. Think twice and ask yourself questions. They're not God. Not everything they say is true. They have interest. They never involve themselves somewhere that they don't have interest. You see, Ukraine and Russia, Palestine and Israel, they have interest. Not only them, anyone else out there, they have interest. They want favors. So be very careful. Don't let somebody divide the continent. I'm saying this because I did reaction on one of the videos today. One of the videos today, Paul Kagame. I did reaction. I'm going to share this video. Let me show this video as well here. I did this reaction and let me show with you guys here. And I've already reacted on it. I'm going to share it tomorrow. But let me show you here right now what I'm talking about. Kagame, Paul Kagame, he said something. And I'm going to show you guys. Just bear with me. I know some of you hate this guy. I know. And this is not to endorse anyone or anything, but I want you guys to hear this. And I'm going to say how dangerous this was. How dangerous this is. I saw this video and I got scared. And I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I'm not easily scared. But I got scared. Okay, let me show you guys this one. Let me show you this one. Please watch this video, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about this. And I'm coming to you, Somalia. I'm coming to you, Ethiopia. I'm not done. I'm going to come to you, all of you. Listen to this.
turamushakaho iki afite iki yaduha the world of today kamivuge mu English. The world of today, we are used to being told that people have interest. It's no longer facts. It's no longer evidence. It's no longer whether it is right or wrong. It is interest. So if somebody has interest in the one threatening me, more interest in that than me, then you know you are on your own. So Rwanda has been on its own. We have tested it, we know it. So we're not scared, not threatened by the possibility that at one time we will be on our own again. So we should always be prepared. And we are used to working on the worst case scenario, where at any other time we might be on our own. And when we are left to be on our own, we will own up and we will survive even better than last time.
All right. Okay. So let me just talk a little bit about this. So I don't know if you guys, I don't know. I know that maybe you guys, you see what I see. But when a leader of a country stand and share what he says, it is not assumptions. This is not imagination. No. this is something that is going on right now behind the scene. So, you know, I told you that I have 4 principles, and the first one is preparation. He's talking about we must be prepared to be on our own, because we have been on our own before, and we might be probability to be on our own. So basically, he's just not saying the truth, but he knows where it's heading. And when you're talking about on our own, you know, Rwanda is part of EAC, East African Community. But look at East African Community right now. It's falling out. East Africa Community, one of the strongest community in the continent, is falling out because you have Rwanda and Congo, and you have Somalia there, and you have Ethiopia, and also you have Sudan. It's falling apart. It is falling apart. So when he's saying that, there's something that he knows more than what we see, than what he addressed. He cannot say right now, but he's telling the people that be prepared to be on your own. This is not easy statement. This is difficult statement. This is heavy statement. There's something going on behind the scene, and we must be prepared to be on our own. Let me tell you this. That is not a message of Pan-Africanism. That is the message of individualism. That is not the message of unity. No, that is the message of division. And when a leader of a country stand and speak to the people that you guys, you're on our own, we are on our own. When he says that, it says everything more than we see. That there is no hope for unity. Why? Because perhaps we leaders don't understand each other. Perhaps we leaders, we're not on the same page. Perhaps we leaders, we're not agreeing on anything. Perhaps we leaders, we decided to go on our separate ways. And I'm telling you, EAC, if we keep going like this, and if we have people who do not question, if we have people who just follow what Western say, what Eastern say, it's going to fall apart again. It fall apart before, it's going to fall apart again. While we really need one Africa. And that is their win. That is what they want. That they want Rwanda to go on their own, Congo to go on their own. Because why? Congo, you have the wealth of over $2 trillion. The economy of United States and Europe combined. That's the worth of Congo. Tell me, who is not going to be interested in that? Tell me. Who is not going to be interested in that? Tell me. Who is not going to be interested in that? Please, somebody tell me. Who is not going to be interested with the wealth in Congo? Who is not going to be interested in that? Today, the villain, you make them feel like they're heroes. And we give them airtime to divide Africa again. It happened in Berlin Conference. It is happening today. In every conflict in Africa right now is between one African country and another African country. One African country, you are evil. Another African country, you're good. That's what is happening right now. The fallout of Africa, the scramble for Africa is happening right now. Neocolonialism is no longer neocolonialism, is recolonization. Right now it's happening. Why? Because we give so much power to them than our own people. And that's why I'm against MOU of Somalia and United States. That's why I'm against this partnership of Somalia and Turkey. I have nothing against the country of Somalia, the people. No, I have issue with these things. He can't give them contract of 10 years. You say, I see some people commenting that, we had really good relationship, Ottoman Empire. It was this Somalia, Turkey. Let me tell you this, man. This is not Ottoman Empire. This is 21st century. There's no record of any country in this world, any country, any people that came to just help Africa for nothing. No. Don't make. I see some Africans will mention China and Russia. Please, guys. No one came to help Africa for nothing. If I come and I help you today, you don't have anything to give me, and I say you owe me, what do I mean? I will come one day to you and ask in return for what I've done to you. So if you think Africa needs help, that's where we mess up. Africa does not need help. Africa needs unity. And the statement of Paul Kagame is very deep. It's very deep than what you think. Very deep, guys. Am I the only one seeing this? No, guys, am I the only one seeing what is happening in Africa is off? Am I the only one seeing what is happening in Congo is off? Let me tell you this. Oh my God. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Congo, they just kicked away MONUSCO. They told them to walk away from Congo last year. And I was here, I did that video. A few months later, the worst is happening in Congo. Not only the worst, but media, Congo is getting attention, the media right now. Is getting attention. Look at the media. After kicking MONUSCO, I was watching one of the Western media today, and they asked this. They said, we are concerned what is going to happen after MONUSCO left Congo, because they have been leaving, and we are concerned after UN, all of them leave, because country is about to fall apart. What does that say? That we were there to keep the country together. Right now we are away, country is going to fall apart. Guys, don't you see? Am I the only one seeing this? Where a critical thinker to see exactly what is happening. I'm not saying that there might not be a probability and possibility of someone else in Africa to be involved. I'm not saying that. But when they come strongly accusing our people, you're crossing the line. Let us accuse one another. Let us accuse one another. Let us hold accountable with one another. But when somebody else, non-African, come in the continent, stand in the middle of one country and another country and accusing one country for things that are happening in another country, you're crossing the line, baby. Ask yourself. It's not a coincidence. Kicking United Nations away and things are going in the wrong direction in Congo. War is getting worse day after day. Imagine, SADC are there. The troops from Tanzania, South Africa, Malawi are there to fight alongside with the Congolese army against M23. Things are getting worse. The weapon that they are using, M23, the government of Congo bought 3 drones from China. And M23, they took 2 of them down. With the heavy weapon they have. Can't compare, it's incomparable. Today, man, come on, man. Guys, come on, man. Come on, man. Guys, come on. We are focusing on the wrong direction. Because, okay, I tweeted this one day. I said, the greatest weapon of the enemy is not even to attack you, but to create a distraction. Is to distract you. If I distract you, I know you're not going to pay focus on me. You're going to pay focus on the distraction. And I'll do whatever the heck I want to do. Let me tell you this. That video of Kagame is a soldier, but that was a cry for help. It's a cry for help. I'm not being here to be like, oh, feel sorry for, no. I'm telling you. You might not see this now, but you will see it very soon, and you remember this stream. Some of you will share later on. Please do. But keep this in your mind. That direction East Africa is taking, is scramble for Africa again. And right now, it is happening, and it is our mistake. Because it happened before, we did not learn from it. We are still allowing it to happen today. So let me talk about this. So you guys, are you listening? I'm really trying not to be as direct as I can, because I respect your opinions as well. So I'm trying my best here. And your concerns. Some of you, you will give me a bunch of history. I read history. I'm reading history. You can't do this thing without reading the history, knowing where. I spend a lot of hours reading the history of Congo, the history of Rwanda. Spend a lot of hours looking at the small details, looking at everything outside. This, I've read it. But let me tell you this, man. When you see a country, when you see, let me just give an example. I'll just give this example. When you see Rwanda, where it is today, there's one thing that all of us, we cannot ignore. It is because they look at their history, where they came from, and they have a vision of where they want to go. And they don't want to repeat the same mistake ever again. They're correcting their mistakes today. And they are where they're going. We can acknowledge that, whether we like Rwanda or not, whether we like the leader of Rwanda or not, we can acknowledge that something is being done right in that country. I hope Africa is getting this, man. I can't be more direct than this, man. I'm just trying to withhold myself here. All right. So the Somali and Turkey, it's a big mistake. And I am concerned because I was reading comments. I was trying to reply to some of the comments here today. Again, I love Somalia. And but I'm really concerned with Somali government right now, because these moves of United States, and this just happened after African Union Summit, United States building 5 military bases in Somalia, and now Somalia and Turkey, have this deal. So Turkey basically to take control for 10 years, to work together to help, security and everything. I was reading the statement of the government that the main reason for that is, let me tell you this, is they say this. What I've used of Somali official. They say, furthermore, Somali President Hassan highlighted the deal importance in preparing Somalia against external threats and internal challenges like terrorism, showcasing a strong government endorsement and national security emphasis. Okay, external threats. So my question was just one, that, okay, you're making this deal. Somalia announces deal with Turkey to deter Ethiopia's access to sea through a breakaway region. And my question is just one. It's a simple question. Okay, you're cutting this deal with Turkey to protect Somalia from external threats. Guys, that's the reason that the government announced external threat. External threat. So you're cutting a deal with Turkey because you want to protect Somalia with external threat. Guys, I'm okay. Some of you are... Maybe I think too much. I'm okay, guys. You're cutting a deal with another country, not you, another country, and that a deal for them to come to protect Somalia from external threats. Well, as long as Turkey is not Somalia, I don't trust it. And that reason is off limits. External threat, and you're using Turkey for that deal, them to protect you from external threat. No, the job of you protecting yourself from external threat is your job, is you, Somalia. Is you, Africa. And that's why I said, I commented this in one of on the comment, that, guys, come on, Africa is rich. Don't tell me that we don't have that access. Man, Turkey, look at Turkey, man. Turkey just went through a huge, this what with this last year, I went through a huge earthquake. This country, man, Africa, why Africa, we think we are below everybody? Where do we get this mentality? Where do we get this mentality of wanting help every time? You cannot, what I'm saying is this, you cannot protect yourself from external threats by using external weapon. You cannot. Those threats is not only wars. The threat, it could be anything. Threat to your economy, threat to your security, threat to your sovereignty, threat to anything. How can you protect your country from external threats by using external bodies, external. You are protecting your country from external threat by using your country, by using your people, by using your resources, because you don't want to bring them in to the most secure and important department of the country. You're bringing them in and you say you're protecting. No, you're bringing enemy within. Okay, I saw the comments that are, no, Turkey is not our enemy. They're actually our brothers. Oh my God. We're going back again. No. They have their own interests. I'm not saying Turkish are bad people. Mind you, I'm not saying Americans are bad people. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about their policies, their government, and their policies. They're after their interest. And once you know that when it comes to their interest and your interest, their interest will always be first before yours. So don't sit there assuming that these guys are going to protect from the external threat. I'm telling you, you might be welcoming your own enemy to the most secure place. And you think they're there to protect your self-interest from external threats. We don't question this. Okay, the same question. What Somalia has to give to these guys? They're going to build these and these academy train. Okay. What do you guys give to them? Do you know? Because I read this news. I don't see anywhere. And this, okay. So not only Somalia, any government in Africa that is doing that. And if I get that news, I will share. And I'll question. Any. Because this is not just to Somali. This is not just, no, any. Whether you're Ethiopia, whether Tanzania, whether Kenya, South Africa. I have a video here. I started a new series called this, Why Africa? And I have 2 videos I've already released. If you're a member, you have seen those videos. The first one, Why Africans are Disappointed in President Ruto. And the second one, Why President Kagame is the most controversial president in Africa. They're already released. They're here on YouTube. They're there. But you need to be a member to watch them. They're there. You can watch them. Become a member here on YouTube and you can watch them. They're there. I spoke openly. Everything, reason 1 to 10. The team here, they've done research. We've done research. And we're doing, and that is just Why Africa. And I am going after our leaders. Not because I hate them, not because I want to attack them. No, I am simply going after them. I'm questioning them. I'm holding them accountable. That is the job of every single African. I'm not opposition party. I don't even have a party in my country. I vote for a right leader. I'm telling you, if I don't see a right leader, I don't vote. I don't vote because I'm not going to be forced to vote. But the thing is, we need to question this system to the point where we have the options of people that are really good. We have the option of excellence. Excellence. That you have 3 candidates of presidents and all of them, they're excellence. You are confused. Who should I choose? But in Africa, you might have 2 leaders and you don't even want to choose them. You don't see any excellence in them. You don't. That's why people don't vote. I don't see it as a bad thing. It's a democracy. We should go out vote. No, how can I vote if there's no good leader to vote for? How? What? I said, then do not complain later. No. There's something is not wrong. Something is wrong somewhere. Give me best options you got. The entire country of 60, 100 million people, you give me these 2 options? You did not, you parties, you political parties, you really did not know the good person who can lead and take country to another level. You find just someone with charisma, someone who can talk, someone who can connect with people. Some of us, we look at the leaders and say, oh, this look like president, these are that look like president. You look at the appearance, look at the policies, and look at the reputation. What have they done in the society, in the community? So me, nothing against Somali people, nothing against Africans. I love Africans. I love you guys. I love Somalia. I love Ethiopia. I love this country. I love every country in Africa. But I'm questioning that no. Something is wrong about this. You can't bring external force in Africa and say that you want to protect your country from external threats. Okay, you tell me this, external threat. Bro, Turkey are not threat to Somalia. That's why. Okay, I'll tell you this. All right? Maybe we think different. In my opinion, I think that everybody out there is the threat to Africa because they proved this over and over and over again. And I go to Turkey and see how Africans are living in Turkey. Go there. Go there. Go to China, see how Africans are living in China. Go there. Go to Russia, see how Africans are living in Russia. Go there. Go to America. African descendants, a lot of you guys are there in America. You know how you're being treated. I'm not victimizing myself. These are facts. And facts will remain facts. Because there are people that, yeah, no, I'm not. These are facts. Go there. And then you realize that they don't give a shit about you. They don't. And Africa does not need help. Africa needs unity. So I know. So some of you guys have been saying, and even in this news, no, they say data Ethiopia's access to the sea. So basically what he says that this deal, it came after Ethiopia signed MOU with Somaliland. So my question is this, that is this your response to Ethiopia? You see Ethiopia as a threat to Somali. Therefore, you are collaborating, partnering with Turkey to stop them? Or is this what your people need, your country need? What are the intention of this? Is this response to Ethiopia, or is a response to the need of Somali people? That's my question. If this is the need of Somali people, and Somali people knows what Turkey are getting in return for doing that, if all these are clear, then I'm fine. 10 years, all right, we're going to be here. I'm going to be 41 in 10 years, and I'm going to be here. And I'm going to talk about it again. At that time, of course, we'll be having a media, the big media, not here on YouTube, but we'll see there. I'll be, if God bless me enough to live that long, I'll be having maybe somehow white hair, but I'll be looking young like this. We'll be here. 10 years. 10 years with Turkey. All right, we'll be here. All right. You say, oh, brother, nothing has happened yet. You're just taking it too serious. No, I just want answers, man. I just want answers because I know how, I shared my opinion. I see where this is going. There's something smelly about Somali government right now. And with these two moves of USA and Turkey, we must question them and we must hold them accountable. My address now to Ethiopians, to Somalis. Hear me out very loud. I said this before and I'll say this again. The political issues and politics, let us not involve ourselves in these politics of these we call leaders. They know each other. The Prime Minister of Ethiopia, the President of Somalia, they know each other. They talk on the phone. They know each other. If we, as the people, we're going to be involved in this, even without knowing what's really going on behind the scene, then we are the one who are going to suffer. Well, there's just peace there. I'm telling you, man. If you get to see, if you get to spend just a single day with these people and get into their mind to see what they think, to see what they do, then you realize that some other things we take them too serious and they're supposed not to be that serious. Then you realize some other things, sometimes they play with our mind for some reasons. So let's not cut up in this politics, because when you cut up in this politics, people are divided. And that's what you see right now. If I release a video talking about this Somali agreement with Turkey, Somalia attacks me. They say, you always love Ethiopia. Oh, you're doing this. Don't you see that Ethiopia is a threat to us? Don't you see? And I'm saying, hey, guys, Ethiopia is not your enemy. But have you not seen the decision that Prime Minister has done with Somaliland? I'm like, man, guys. I'm not here to defend the decision he has made. No, I'm here to tell you the truth, that these are your brothers and sisters, are not your enemy. Don't see them as enemy. As a result, you go to Turkey to find alliance with somebody else outside of Africa who can potentially be, not potentially be, is after their own interest. I would rather support my African brother than somebody else. I would rather lose my money with my African brother than somebody else. I would rather do that. I'd rather do that. I would rather do that because at least I helped you. Not in the way I wanted, but at least I helped you. You can't say that we failed to find a solution with Somalia and Ethiopia. You can't tell me that the solution is this. No. Okay, if this did not happen, you will still do the same thing. So let us not caught up in this politics, to be honest. And let us just, it's hard, okay, it's hard to love one another, but let us be one. Let us think like people who love Africa and want the best for Africa. And I'm telling you, the best for Africa is not for those superpowers to come to Africa and partner with us. If it is in our own term and it's clear, things that are going behind the scene, good. God is good. But it's always not clear. And I know you cannot reveal everything. So I'm not being naive here to say we want to know every single detail of it. Okay, some of the things are confidential. But we know it's not for our interest. It's for their interest. And let me tell you this, guys. Imagine you are in the negotiation table between Somalia and United States. Just think about it. United States of America. The table to negotiate with Somalia. Think about it. Why do you think we constantly lose? We constantly taking advantage of? Simply because of that. Because in that table is not balanced already. And that's what has happened not only Somalia, in the entire continent of Africa. That's why I say unity is the only answer. Imagine you're in the negotiation table with Africa and United States of Africa, of America. USA and USA, United States of America and United States of Africa. You're in the negotiation table. One country in Africa, Congo, $2 trillion. The economy of United States and where? And Europe combined. And you're standing with 54 countries together to negotiate. Tell me, who is going to detect where we want to go? Who? That's the power of unity. That is the power of unity. If we don't see that. And yes, I understand. Somebody here say this. Okay, guys, we have issues in Africa. I don't say that, Somalia is perfect, Ethiopia is perfect, Tanzania, Kenya is perfect, South Africa, Nigeria is perfect. We have issues we clearly need to work on. But what I'm saying is Africa's solutions to Africa's problems, with Africa money, because we have money. Continent is rich. But the problem is that money goes to few elites. And problem that money goes to them, to Westerners and Easterners. We're giving it to them. They're building 5 military bases, but they take that land, they take that portion, they take that place, they take that place. Let me tell you this, and let me tell you this. Those places that you're going to build those 5 military bases, no wonder they're the one who decided that we're going to build there, there, and there. And as an African, you must be smart to think what is in there. Because let me tell you this, they know Africa more than we do. That's what I've realized. I realized that they know Africa than we do. Because when they came first, we did not even know that this is diamond. We're playing with diamond. Kenyatta say that when they came with Bible, and then we were playing with this diamond. They took diamond and then they gave us Bible. We did not know what we have, but they knew. I was reading the story of Congo, how King Leopold II came to Congo. When all the countries were looking to take different colonies, I'm telling you, Congo, it was isolated. The central part of Africa, it was not taken by anyone because they were scared. That place, it used to be called White Dead Zone. They had mosquitoes that they will bite you and kill instantly. And a lot of Europeans, they were dying there. So they say, you know what, forget about this. We're not going to take this area anymore. King Leopold II, he went to Germany, he went to France, he went to all those presidents to ask them that, guys, can you please give me some of your colonies? I want this little small country, Belgium. Everybody refused him. So this guy, he decided to come to Africa, the place where nobody wanted to touch. He went to this place called Congo. He discovered the medicine of malaria. And after that, he came all the way there. That's the beginning of colonization of Congo. He was taking coltan. He was taking all these minerals to Belgium. The small little country, Belgium. Congo is the size of Western Europe. The size of Congo is the size of Western Europe. This guy, he took everything with a small country of Belgium. He brought it to Belgium. And do you know how he conquered Congo? You know how? Guess what? Divide and conquer. He went there, he turned the people against each other. That's it. He took over the place. That thing is still happening today. That's why I speak about unity every single day like a crazy man. Because if you divide and conquer us, then in order for us to conquer you, we just need to unite. That's it. People are saying, so I read comment today, somebody saying that what you're talking about, it's not practical. Unity, this. And I'm like, all right, show me what is practical for you. If unity is not the answer, what is the answer? The answer is to go to superpowers, to the ex-superpower United States to build 5 military bases in Africa. Is that the answer? How many military bases do you have in the United States or outside of the continent? Africa, do we have even a single military base outside? We'll be able to do that if we come together as one Africa. We'll build a military base of Africa and United States. We'll do it. Tit for tat. Tit for tat. Because we have money. One country in Africa, the economy of United States and Europe combined, imagine 54 countries in Africa. That is the economy of the entire world. And still, we have other money left there behind. You're not poor, Africa. The only problem we have in Africa is this mind poverty. Nyerere say, I came to realize just last week, I said this quote 3 years ago when I was launching One Africa movement in Ethiopia, Addis Ababa. And I did not know Nyerere said this as well. So I came to find out last week that Nyerere said this as well. He said this: the greatest poverty of all is mind poverty. And that's the problem with us. Still colonized. We value United States. We value Turkey. We value Canada, Europe. We value them even more than our own people, more than our neighbors. I saw one of the stupidest comments I've ever seen. Somebody say that we are not African, we are Somalis. Get out of this continent. If I was a leader of Africa Union, I will take your country and drop it in the middle of Indian Ocean. If you say that, because I'm telling you, I think that's kind of leadership we need in Africa. I will do that instantly, like shop, and I'll be like, oh, get out of my continent. You're not part of Africa. What are you doing in this continent of Africa? What are you doing? I don't mind. I don't mind to reshape the map of Africa again. I'll just reshape even then put the wall all over your country. There, you're not African. Then what are you doing here? Because my talks here is about one Africa. If you're not African, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Simple as that. I'm going to say you're not Africa. I'm going to get your country out of this continent. As long as you're an African, this mouth is going to speak about your country. And you better back up your seatbelt. And because this plane has taken off a long time ago. And I don't know when it's going to land, but we ain't stopping now. Anyways, guys, so many comments. I have like 438 comments here, more than 500 comments in YouTube. Please, I hope you like this video and I hope you subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. We want to hit, I want to hit 500,000 subscribers. So please subscribe, because we need this year, we need to go farther. This message you hear, if this message speak to you, if this message is open up your eyes a little bit, is opening up something that you were not thinking about it before, please subscribe, please share, press the like button for other people to see as well. Let's not pull each other down. Let's push each other up. That's why I think, let me tell you this, and I'll talk this to Ethiopia as well. Because I'll tell you this, guys, I don't take sides. My side is Africa. So every time when I talk good thing about your country or your people, it's because I really have good thing to say. If I don't talk good thing, I really don't. It's just me. That's just the way I was created. That's the way I am. I'm not hypocrite. I don't pretend. I live the life, because God did not bless who you pretend to be. God, he blesses who you really are. All right. And if I'm not giving myself to Africa, who I am, then then Africa will lack something. The problem why we don't have um, varieties of people in our continent or in our places in our community, because we pretend to be somebody else. We live somebody else's life. No, be yourself. This is me. If you think this guy is pretending on that, that is your problem. That's not me. I'm living my life, and that's why I can stay up all these hours and still sleep very well, and yeah, have a good time. If you do your work, you don't even remember eating, and you're not feeling hungry, it is because you're living your life. When you live your life, you forget sometimes about the most important things, and you feel like you have already got it. Have you ever like worked for 24 hours, you did not eat anything, and you did not feel hungry? Hungry, you did not feel hungry at all? Then that could be your passion. That's what passion does. All right. What I was saying. Okay, Ethiopia. So I know this tension between Somalia and Ethiopia, and Somalis are very pissed off because of the MOU between Ethiopia and Somaliland. And I understand Somalilanders, they're happy about it. I receive a lot of invitation to go to Somaliland right now, because this is the thing. When for me, okay, again, guys, don't think that I take sides. When I speak about, so I just speak genuinely because that is what I think. I'm not favoring this country because I love this country more than I love this country. Okay, it's obvious. I've been in Ethiopia more than 5 times. So obviously, if you see me talking a lot about it, because I have a lot of things to talk about it, I've been there, right? And if I go to your country, I'll have a lot of things to talk about your country as well, right? If I go to that, I'll have a lot of things. So some things that just happen naturally like that, right? But when I talk about these things, I'm not under pressure of anyone. Okay, I have a lot of friends who are getting pissed off with me. A lot of friends who text me privately and be like, Mika, I think this you screwed up. I don't know why can you say this about this? No, I have friends who text me that. Friends. Why? Because they don't influence me to say what they want me to say. No, I say what is in my mind and my heart. I look at the situation and I say what I think. Nobody influenced me. Okay, only God influenced me, but nobody, human being, no, they don't do it. So a lot of them, they get pissed off with me, but yeah, sometimes I don't answer. I just leave it. I'm like, okay, you are in that season. All right, that's okay. What I'm trying to say is that's okay. You get to understand that as this goes on, but that's who I've been for the past 4 years, 5 years. All right, so Somalilanders are happy about this because let me give you a little bit a recap of this. So Somalia, just reason with me for a second. I know I'm talking about unity, and I believe in unity, and I want one Africa, and that's what I'm fighting for. That's my life mission. That's what I'm doing. So Somalilanders, they want to be independent from Somalia. They have their own government, their own money, their own parliament, their own everything. Somalia, they don't want Somaliland to be another country. They want it to be, it's a part of Somalia. So that's how they see, that's how they want. They don't want them to separate themselves. They don't want it to happen. As a result, Somalia sees Somaliland as one region of Somalia, just like Jigjiga. All right, they see it one region of that. But Somalilanders, they see themselves as an independent country. Okay, Somalia, help me. Until right now, what I'm saying, is it true or false? Help me in the comment section. Because I want you guys to understand that I'm not saying this because I hate Somalia. I want Somalia to be divided. No. So I want you to reason with me. I want unity. I wish no country in Africa will break out. I hope, and I pray for that. And that's why I say this message all the time. I want that. So do you understand that? Okay. So in order So let's talk about international. Internationally, Somaliland is not recognized as an independent country. Why? Because in order for you to be recognized as an independent country, the country you belong to, they must acknowledge you as an independent country. So if Somaliland want to be an independent country and they see themselves as an independent country, then Somalia must recognize them and acknowledge that, okay, Somaliland, now we're letting you go. You guys can be independent country. Then international will recognize Somaliland as an independent country. But Somalia do not want Somaliland to be independent country. Therefore, they do not recognize them as an independent country. As a result, internationally, Somaliland is not recognized as an independent country. Are we clear until right now? So, the Prime Minister of Ethiopia and the leaders of Somaliland, they came to an agreement with MOU. Ethiopia is a country, internationally recognized as a country. Somaliland is not recognized internationally as a country. So Somalia sees Somaliland as part of Somalia. Somalilanders, they see themselves as independent country, but it's not recognized internationally. So do you see where the problem comes? So Somalia, they tell Ethiopia that you guys, if you want this deal, you were supposed to talk to us because Somaliland is part of us. You went to not a country to make a deal as a sovereign country. No, you went behind our back. We cannot trust you. So Ethiopia, do you understand where Somalia is coming from? I understand that. You understand that? As a Somali person, I understand that. I will feel the same way Somali people are feeling right now. Okay, let me give you an example. Tanzania and Zanzibar. So Zanzibar, Tanzania is actually United Republic of Tanzania. The word Tanzania came from two words, Tanganyika, that is the mainland, and Zanzibar, that is an island. So Zanzibar, when you take Zanzibar and Tanganyika, you put these two names together, you get Tanzania. So the name Tanzania is the combination of Tanganyika, the mainland, and Zanzibar, the island. So if you say, I'm going to Tanzania, what you mean is I'm going to Tanganyika and Zanzibar, Tanzania. So when you mention just Tanzania, Zanzibar is included in Tanzania. Do you understand that? Zanzibar is not an independent country. Zanzibar has her own government. Zanzibar has her own president, own parliament. They have ministers. They have even identity card of Zanzibar. But it's not an independent country. It is working, functioning below the government of Tanzania. And Tanzania is not only mainland, but Tanzania is the combination of the mainland and island. It's like that. So if today you are a sovereign country coming to Tanzania and write a deal with Zanzibar, and Tanzania do not know, it will be illegal to Tanzania. Why? Because Tanzania, it is the main government of these two different parts of Zanzibar and Tanganyika, United Republic of Tanzania. That's how Tanzania came. That's why I say I speak about unity, because the only two countries that have been united in the continent of Africa is Tanzania, Tanganyika and Zanzibar, because Zanzibar was his own country before, but we came together. Nyerere, he went to Kenya. He spoke to Kenyatta that, please, let's join our hands together and let us be one country. And I am ready not to be a leader of this country. Kenyatta refused. He went to Uganda. Uganda refused. As a result, he went to Zanzibar. Mwinyi accepted. Therefore, we had United Republic of Tanzania. It was Mwalimu Julius Kambarage Nyerere's vision to have East African community as one country with one leadership. Nyerere, when they were talking about unity of Africa, Nyerere, he said that it is important. He commented, it is important for Africa first to unite before we fight for our independence as individual country. His suggestion, it was for all of the countries in Africa to come together and then to fight for independence together. Some people, they did not want that. They said, no, let's fight for our individual independence, then we can come together afterwards. We're still fighting until today. And I think if we follow that advice, we would have been together today. So take that an example of Tanzania, Tanganyika, and Zanzibar. So today, if you come here, you want to cut a deal with Zanzibar, Tanzania must know. Because the president of Zanzibar does not have power above the president of Tanzania. The president of Tanzania is number one. He is the authority of all this place of Zanzibar and Tanganyika. The president of Zambia, he's just, Zanzibar, he's just there in Zanzibar. But for him, he is working, is operating below the president of Tanzania. So basically, even when they are together, the president of Tanzania is the one who's sitting there, the president of Zanzibar is sitting there. You understand that? So, Ethiopia, you see where the problem is coming from. Somaliland, you see where the problem is coming from. Somalia, you see where the problem is coming from. All of these three parts, you can see where the problem is coming from. If you're Somali, you can see where the problem is. If you're Somaliland, you can see where the problem is. If you're Ethiopian, you can see where the problem is. All of you guys, you have valid points. Somali, they say, no, you guys are part of us. So how can you make part with some of the region, not with us? Ethiopia, they say, no, these guys, they have their own money, their own parliament, their own government. Come on, they are operating there. Yes, they are not recognized, but who are international bodies? You know, we Africa, we decide what we want to do. They are. And Somaliland, they're like, oh, we're Somalia. We don't want to be part of you. We are independent. We can make any deal with anyone, please. So look at that. Don't attack me. No, look at your country, how confusing this situation is. Look at that. This is confusing situation. So how are we getting away from this? Listen to me. How are we getting away from this? How are we going to find a solution that will benefit all of us? How? You have Somalilanders who do not want to be part of Somalia. They want to be independent country. You have Somalia who say, no, 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 we must come together. We must be one people. Come on, we're one Somalia. Come on, let's not separate. What are you going to do? That's why the only solution that I always come here and talk about, I say, guys, unity. You can think about this for days, for years, for months. You will not find a solution. The wisdom here is to be like, okay, guys, all right. The Prime Minister of Ethiopia, the President of Somalia, the President of Somaliland, to sit down together. That's the solution. You can't keep quiet. You cannot avoid talking to one another. You need to sit down to figure out. That's it. Perhaps we have leaders who are stubborn. They don't want to talk. They don't want to figure out. And we keep just talking here. No, don't be stubborn. Come on, you're leading people. People are confused. Sit down and talk like matured people. Don't wind up like a little babies. Sit down and talk. Show us. Show us. We want answers. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Somali people. That's what I'm saying, Ethiopia. That's what I'm saying, Somalilanders. That's what I'm saying. Don't look at me as if I favor this. No, no, no. That's what I'm saying. Somaliland president, Somalia president, Prime Minister of Ethiopia, sit down together. Find a solution. Talk until you find the solution. Do it. Don't go in the media. Don't go to Al Jazeera. We saw the president of Somalia went to Al Jazeera, went to Egypt to ask for help. And now to Turkey. Not only that, to USA. Do you see that? Do you see that? So Somalia, please think about this. Think about this. Wow. And this is, everybody's accountable. Prime Minister of Ethiopia, the president of Somalia, the president of Somaliland, sit down and talk. You guys are present. Sit down and talk. Figure out this thing. Figure it out. As easy as that. The president of Somalia, you don't have to go to Turkey. You don't have to go to America. You don't have to go to Al Jazeera. You don't have to go to where? because you just give them content. And you saw drama what happened in Ethiopia. And I spoke about it. I spoke Somali side and I spoke Ethiopian side. Everybody, that's the thing, man. That's the thing. It really, when I released the first part, oh, Ethiopians came over me, man. We were sitting here in the office and oh my God. Oh my God. I received private messages. Oh my God. Ethiopia came all over me. And the good thing is I have a thick skin, so I don't really care. Like people that can say, but I say what I say, and I believe in what I say, and I stand on what I say. If he's my president, I'll not feel right, regardless of what he did. I spoke as a Somali in that first part. And the second part, I spoke the side of Ethiopia. I don't take side, but I speak for people because we, as SNOA, we are the voice to the muteless. Not voiceless because we believe everybody has a voice. So we speak for those who are muted. That's what we do. I'm here for people. And my people are Somalis, are Ethiopians, are Tanzanians, Kenyans, Rwandese, Congolese, all of them. So don't expect me to take sides because my side is Africa. I'm going to take all the sides. And I'm going to confuse you. If you keep thinking that maybe he's going to take my side. No. I'm going to confuse you because I'll take your countryside. I'm going to take your enemy's countryside. Who you see is enemy in Africa. I don't have enemy in Africa. You can see me as your enemy, but you all are my lovers. I love you. You understand that? And if we all think like that, I'm telling you, Africa will change. Africa is not going to be the same again. So Somalia, Ethiopia, you see this issue. I try to explain in a very simplest way. You can, other things are just very simple, to be honest. You don't need to, and I thank God for this simplicity mindset, all right? You don't have to complicate. Don't come here and start sharing with the history of 20th century, and you know the history, what Ethiopia did to us, what Somalia did. If we go back to history, all of us, nobody here will be innocent. If we go back to the history, what we did to one another, nobody here is innocent. No Ethiopia, no Somalia, no anybody. Everybody is guilty here. If you go to the history, you know your history, you know your country's history. I read your history, you know it. I know it. Nobody is innocent. Don't come here and say, there was a time they invaded us, and you invaded them too. Nobody is innocent. We only look at the history to learn for the future, not to remember what bad things it did. And today we're like, oh no. You leaders, sit down and talk, because this is a confusing situation. It is a confusing situation. So I hope my goal for this year, 2024, I say it's the year of excellence. So I hope we raise Africans who will be questioning everything. Questioning everything. And we are not going to give Westerners, Easterners content to talk about us. Instead, we'll go inside the rooms, we'll sit down as leaders and talk with one another and figure out inside. And when we go out, we hold our hands, we shake, we are one. Inside the buildings, let's fight, let's cuss at one another, let's do all this. Look at you, first of all, you don't even look African. Look at it. Let's do that inside the room. Let's not do that on Twitters. Let's not do that on press conferences. Let's not do that in Western medias. Let's not find that whatever pity from them. No, they will take advantage of us. I'm telling you, go outside, you speak like that, you receive a phone call from America that, hey, I said, we have seen what that country Ethiopia is doing to you. That country Somalia is doing to you, but we want to tell you that we're here for you. All right, we're gonna build you some. We're gonna do this. We're gonna stand with you. We're gonna protect you from those Ethiopians. All right, we're gonna protect you from them. You understand what I'm saying? All right, we're gonna help you to build 5 different military bases in your country. All right, you understand what I'm saying? Yes. Oh yes. We're coming. Yes, you're coming to do that, and we're gonna protect you. We're gonna make sure that nothing wrong is happening. We're gonna protect your borders. Yes, we're gonna. And yes. Thank you. Oh, if I was the president of Somalia, this is what I'll be like. All right, do you remember what you did to Somalia? Have you, first of all, reparation? I need reparation for every single thing you did to our people, for those billions of lives that you killed. We need reparation, first of all, first and foremost. And second, don't come between me and my brother. We have issues. These are our own issues. We'll know how to solve them. Africa's solution to African problems, we'll know how to deal with them. So don't. But if it was me, I'm just saying, if it was me, I'll do that. But I understand not everybody is me. I understand. I hope I'm helping you to know. I think some Somalian people here are laughing. That's good. That's good that you're laughing. At least you find this funny. I don't want somebody to comment gun here. Like, I'm gonna shoot somebody today, comment Somali person. It's like, you brother, you have been talking a lot of negative about Somalia these days. I warn you, if you continue to do that, you will regret. I received that comment today. And I replied to him, I said, oh, I'm coming to Somalia very soon. I can't wait to meet you. Then when I come here, I'll tell you guys, I'll be there. I'll be there in Mogadishu. I'll be like, hey guys, I'm right here. Come on, bring it on. Maybe we're gonna have some debates there. All right. Oh my God. This is good. This is good, guys. Anyway, so okay, and another way. So because you went to Al Jazeera, because you went to Egypt, and president of Egypt really disrespected the president of Somalia. I know you Somali people, you know, that was awful. And then you receive another call from Turkey. The president of Turkey say, how are you? I can't copy the accent of Turkey. I'm really bad at that. But okay, I just talk normal. I say, hey, what's up, brother? You know, I'm your brother from Ottoman Empire. We used to be one before. Yes. Oh, yes. And I remember, oh, yeah, brother. Yes, that was a long time ago. Yes. Oh, I'm here just to tell you one thing, that, you know what? We got you. We got you. We're going to help you. We're going to help you. We're going to defend your borders. We're going to defend your borders from those, you know, Ethiopians who are trying to go behind your back to sign MOU with Somaliland. We're going to come and we're going to help you. Those guys, they're not going to be able to do anything. If we come and we join our hands with you, we're going to be there to help you. You know, we have historical background together. You know what we did, right? Yes, we're going to come to help you. You just give us 10 years. We're going to do A, B, C, D. We're going to help you with good heart. We're going to help you because we want the best for you. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much. We don't want these external threats from these Ethiopians taking over our borders. They want to take our borders. They want to take Sudanese borders. And they want to take Somali border. It cannot happen. We need you guys to come to protect us. On your right hand, you have USA building 5 military bases. On your left hand, you have Turkey, 10 years. You tell me, you don't smell something fishy there? All right. I'm not saying that's what happened. I don't know how it came, but perhaps this is what happened. You never know. We can help you. You see, we can help you. Africa does not need help. Africa needs unity. If you call me to turn against my African brother, to call my African brother enemy, regardless of what they have done, I'm going to shut you up and I'm going to go to my brother and I'm going to fight with him with everything I got. I'm going to close the door. I'm not going to show you that. I'm not going to fight with you in the media for everybody to see. No, I'm going to go to Ethiopia. I'm going to meet up with the president, with the prime minister of Ethiopia, and me because you can see the president of Somalia, he's old, right? He's a brother to prime minister of Ethiopia. I'm going to go there. I'm going to not in front of the media, I'm going to fight in the rooms. I'm like, brother, why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to my country? Why? Man, it's a time for African leaders to talk. We can't keep playing these games on social media and just benefiting us. Don't give us content. You cannot give me content and then you don't want me to talk about it. You give us content. Don't do that. You know the reason why Africans are disappointed in President Ruto? Because he gave us content for so long, speaking beautiful things all the time, things that he knows we want to hear, and he does nothing. What do you expect? I released a video why President Ruto why Africans are disappointed in President Ruto. Like in Africa right now, majority of Africans in the continent and away from the continent are highly disappointed in President Ruto. Highly disappointed in him. Not because he's a bad guy. I don't think he's a bad guy. I was here. I released a video saying that why President Ruto must be protected at all costs. I made that video. And some of my Kenyans friends who are working together in the team, they warn me. They say, Mika, you're going to regret doing that. Please, you're going to regret. Some of them got mad at me. And I told them, I said, hey, I know you did not vote for him. You're not supporting him, but you cannot want me to react the same way you're reacting. This guy did not do anything bad to me. This guy did not do any mistake so far. I'm going to stand with him until he proved me otherwise. And I stood by it. I stood with him. I released a video why President Ruto must be protected. That video went viral. On TikTok, on YouTube, went viral. And what happened is, now I release a video here. This one. You see this? Why Africans are disappointed in President Ruto. This video is already on. And it's one of the good videos. Let me share with you guys. I cannot, it's only for members, as you can see. Let me share with you guys here. Okay, let me share with you guys here. If you join, you become a member, you'll be able to see it. Oh my goodness. These are lots of comments right there. This is for President Ruto. And then another one for Paul Kagame right here. Why Paul Kagame is the most controversial. You know, if somebody call you controversial, it's not just negative word, but controversial is someone who is causing public discussion, arguments, and disagreements. So when you look at Africa, in my list, number one, somebody who is causing public discussions, arguments, and disagreements is this president. And I mentioned the reasons there. Not my own reason, but things that are out there already. So please go and watch them. And let's, you can join membership and watch and enjoy those videos. All right. I'm releasing, there's so many. We prepared a lot for this, a lot. I have here like another 3 different episodes. And all of them we're going to record. I have an episode about the president of Burkina Faso. I have an episode about the Tinubu, the president of Nigeria. And we prepare very well. I wish I can show you this document. We prepare in document that when we launch our website, we'll be able to share those as a PDF file so you can download and have them. That's how we prepared them very well. Anyways, guys, I've been here for a long time. 2 hours. Man, 2 hours and 9. This is 1 a.m. All right, guys. Let me say this, guys. I hope I already spoke about Ethiopia, right? So I hope for those who did not subscribe, please do so. Let me say that. Please do so. Please subscribe. It's very important to subscribe. We want to reach more than we want to reach 500,000 subscribers. So please help us to subscribe. And I'll share for my team. If the team you are here, guys, you can share the links of different of memberships and all those stuff. In case if you want to join membership, you like what we're doing and you like to support us, everything we do is here. We do in the social media and we rely on that. So if you want to join and be part of this family and you want to contribute anyhow you can, I'm going to share with you all these different links in the comment section. You can click whatever you want. We have Patreon, we have PayPal, we have a membership. You can join whatever you want. All right, you can join whatever you want and it's going to be amazing. Let me share that. But also another thing, we have a petition going on called One Africa Right Now. Please sign that petition. That petition is to demand One Africa right now. If we have a true One Africa, we weren't going to be facing all these issues that we're facing right now. So all these links, you can find them in the description of my YouTube of my video on YouTube. I know you guys, you are in TikTok here. You need to go to YouTube, Swahili Nation, and any video in the description, you'll see that. So what you see on TikTok is just it's a recap of the long videos that we share on YouTube. So if you want to engage in the comment section, all those stuff, we have a really good engagement here on TikTok. I appreciate you guys for always, be there. Please, you can visit as well. If you haven't subscribed on our YouTube channel, Swahili Nation, please go there and subscribe and share your opinion as well. It will be amazing. All right. I don't know what to say. Shout out to all the members in the house, for those who are already members. I was actually looking at today the membership in YouTube. Our membership is going down right now. We have like more than 8 people that left. They ran away, but they always come back. Perhaps we'll have new ones. And also, yeah, if you wanna, you can also use super stickers, super gifts, and all those stuff. If you want to support what we are still doing. All right, let's support our own. That's very important. I can't stay here for 2 hours and you guys don't show me any support. Get out of here, man. Anyways, how should I end this? Anyways, in this week, I think we've released a lot of videos. We've been releasing different content, and I think this is the content that we're gonna be doing. But it needs a lot of power. You see the videos that I release. I spend a lot of time talking about it and share and editing and all the stuff. So we need your support, guys, and your support actually watching them, it really means a lot. Watching them and also sharing your comment. I really want to hear your opinion. I go to the comment section, I read your comment. I don't get the time to read all of them, but I read as much as I can. I listen to you, I hear you, because I still want knowledge. I still want to learn from you guys, and I have this privilege to have this community. God has blessed me now to have this big community, and all of you guys are there always commenting. So I learn a lot from all of you guys. Don't hesitate to always comment. Don't hesitate to always share your opinion. And I would love to just be there and to just learn from you. All right. So do me a favor, do that. For those who are watching right now, I hope you already like this stream. If you haven't done that, you're not doing it right by us. So do that. Unless if you really hate this. If you hate this, then it's okay. But if you feel like, okay, this is good, please press the like button. I think the like buttons are not enough. We have 147, but a lot of people here came to watch, more than that. If I go to analytics here, I'll be able to see, like, we might be even 1,000 people already watched this live stream. Let me see here. It doesn't show me right now. Yes, we have views 1,755. So 1,755, and we have only 147 likes. So you guys, some of you, a lot of you guys did not like. So please go ahead and like this video. 1,754. Like, these are viewers who watch this stream. You know, if you see this number, like 50 people are watching, these are not like people who started to watch this. They're not the people who are finishing this. You understand that? That the people who are coming and go, coming and go, coming and go, coming and go. So in total, until right now, we have more than 1,760 people who watch this stream. So please go and watch. Okay, let me read some of your comments before leaving. I'm just seeing the current comments. Bukhali Shuaib, he says, Swahili Nation, are you telling me the country that wants to divide the Somali with his interest is in threat to Somalis, but Turkish is? You're talking too much. You are Ethiopians. All right. Okay. Bukhari, I appreciate your comment, first of all, and I'm going to respond to that. And I see your point. I think you have a point. I addressed here that what Ethiopia did with the move, it could be perceived, not it could be, it is perceived the same way you say by Somalis. As Somalis, we see that Ethiopia is trying to divide us, because Ethiopia knows that Somaliland is part of Somalia. They know that. And they're cutting MOU with Somaliland. As Somali person, I will see what you see. I see what you see. That's why I spoke about it in my previous videos. So I see it is true. I will see it and I will understand it, that Ethiopia wants to divide us, regardless of Ethiopia's tension. So Ethiopia, listen to me. Regardless of your tension perhaps is not to divide, whatever. But me as Somali, imagine, change yourself a little bit as a Somali person. That's how you feel. And the good thing about these videos is that we get Somali people expressing their thoughts like this. So if I'm a Somali, if I'm Ethiopian, I will read this comment and I will try to understand, because I will try to think as Somali that, oh, that if that happens to me, I will feel the same way. I gave an example of Tanganyika and Zanzibar, and I told you that I'll feel the same way. So I understand, Brother Bukhali, how you feel. And what I'm saying, I'm not saying you should not feel that way. You feel that way. It's your right for you to feel that way, that Ethiopia is trying to divide. It's your right. You can feel that way. But what I'm saying, don't turn to them thinking that their solution, don't turn to USA and Turkey thinking that their solution to your problem with Ethiopia. I'm saying that is wrong. I'm saying that is where we get it wrong, because they're not the solution. Solution to Africa's problem are Africans. We are the solution to Africa's problem, not Turkey, not USA. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't turn to them when things are going bad. Because they're not a solution. Don't look at them as a solution. That's what I'm saying. I do not disregard your feeling. So Perhaps in my video, you don't hear that because I cannot stay here for 1 hour, film a video for 1 hour. Even you are not going to watch that. Even my videos right now are too long still. People are not watching them. I see the analysis. It shows people are watching 2 minutes and then they're leaving. So basically, if they watch, maybe they skip and all this stuff. So I cannot spend all the time. But what I'm saying, Somali people, that I understand you. I'm not disregarding your feeling. Feel that way. I'm not going to stand here and say that Somali people, you are not supposed to feel this. These guys are not your enemy. I know I'm saying that they're not your enemy. Because sometimes I don't feel anything. All right, I'll admit. Sometimes I don't feel anything. I'm just numb. I don't feel like yeah. I just, because sometimes I'm looking at the situation. I'm like, this is not something to feel anything. This is just to look at what is happening and to look at the evidence, to look at the facts, and you know that this is not something to feel. I just understand that no, this is not. I'm looking at it and I'm like, these guys are playing with our mind. It's serious situation on the outside, but I'm looking at them like they're playing with our mind. These guys, they talk to each other. Perhaps they talk even tonight. They're talking about the movie they watched from Hollywood. Oh man, that movie. Have you watched that movie? Oh my God. Perhaps they're doing that. Have you ever thought about it? And in the media, they say otherwise. This is politics. That's what I'm saying. If you take too much of the politics, I take it serious because it costs people's life. But I don't want you to take it serious when you see these things happening. Too much seriousness, it's going to hurt you because you're going to hate your neighbors thinking that they're your enemy. So my brother Buhari, feel the way you feel. I understand it. I'll feel the same thing. But what I'm saying, the solution, therefore, is not you going to USA. Why do we think that their solutions, Turkey, they're not the solutions to your problem with Ethiopia? That is the shortcut. I don't believe in shortcuts. I believe in long cuts, and long cut is sitting down and talk about it, resolving those issues with your neighbors. I'm telling you, the issues, I say this, the failure and success in Africa is the result of leadership in Africa. Do you understand, Buhari? Do you try to understand me? Don't believe for a second that USA, that Turkey will protect Somalia. Don't believe for a second. They might protect you from your neighbor, but they're not going to protect you from themselves. Let me say that again. Don't think for a second Turkey is going to protect you. They're not going to protect you from themselves. They're there for their own interest. And I feel it is better for me to share my resources with my African neighbor than to share my resources from someone out there. At least I will know what my neighbor is going to do with it because I'm right there next to him. He's my brother. I'm right there next to him, and we'll be in peace. That's what I'm saying. Yes. So are you protecting Somalia? Yes. Thank you. I was supposed to say that from the very beginning. Thank you. Thank you. All these things, all these videos, all these thoughts, everything I say, because I am protecting Somalia. With my words. I want the best for Somalia. Whether you believe it or not, I want the best for Somalia. I love Africa, and I want the best for Somalia. I want the best for Somalia. You are not, bro. Somebody say, Azuz, it's okay. No, you don't want the best for Somalia. That's okay. We can agree to disagree that. You might not feel that. That's okay. I understand. I understand. Hafsa say Ethiopia will never be our brothers. You see? So this is what we're dealing with. And I understand that. I understand that feeling. That's okay. That's okay. Turkey is not going to help Somalia. That's what I'm saying. If Ethiopia are not your brothers, if Ethiopia are not your brothers and sisters, if Ethiopia are not your brothers and sisters, then who are they? Tell me. All right, let me ask you this. You say Ethiopia are not your brothers. Tell me, who are Ethiopia to you? their enemy. So you see, that's what I'm dealing with. That's why someone like you will never understand me. That's why someone like you will think I'm taking side. You see? Because of that mindset. That is colonized mentality. Let me tell you, I'm looking at you straight right now. You're watching me. I'm telling you, you are colonized in your mind. Because colonization, you know what they did? They made us think our fellow Africans are our enemies. And if you think Ethiopia is your enemy, you are colonized. If I think Uganda is my enemy because there's history of war between Tanzania and Uganda, I am colonized. That's what they want me to think. You're colonized. Okay, so these guys say they're my enemies. See, these are real reason. There's a Ethiopia my enemies because they stole our land. You see, we can go this until tomorrow, man, until morning. Who told you that it was your land? Again, when I say this, these are statements that people think I defend Ethiopia. No, I don't defend Ethiopia. But I'm trying to reason with you. I'm trying to push back. All right. People who are close to me, they know that I hate excuses. Like if you're late, don't tell me you were late waking up or there were traffic jam. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me excuses. Own your mistake and change. That's it. Don't even say sorry because I don't like sorries. I like change. That's who I am. So people who are close to me, they know I'm that straight and I'm just like that. I hate excuses. The most important question to me is why. I always ask why. My parents, they beat me when I was a little kid because they thought I was mbishi. Mbishi is like, I don't know how to say mbishi in English. If anybody knows what is mbishi in English, please tell me. My parents beat me when I was a little kid because they said, you were mbishi. Like I was beaten when I was a little kid because I was mbishi is like somebody who do not agree. Like your parents say, do this. I don't. I'm like, why should I do this? And I say, why are you asking why? Come here. You see, our parents always do that. Yeah, why? Why? They don't want you to ask why. So I was beaten when I was a little kid because I was just asking why all the time. There was a time I felt like I was adopted. Okay, this is not good for my parents, but I felt like I was adopted because I was beaten. I did not understand. I don't know why I don't understand. It messes me up. Why? Why? Don't come after 7 p.m. Why? Why are you asking? I'm your dad. I say, don't come. Why, Dad? But why? He's not telling me why. Next day I come at 8 p.m. Come here. Why you did not listen to me? I did not listen because I did not understand. Why did you tell me that? Come here. Why are you arguing with me? Shut up. Why you did to Pew. The next day, okay, my son, okay, don't eat that food. They'll tell me, don't go to swim. Why should I not go to swim? We say, don't go. A lot of people are dying. Don't go to swim. The next day, I was there swimming. My mama, she was a teacher. She left school. She came all the way to that little dirty dam. I was swimming. She came all the way there. She took me with the rest of the students. She brought me back to class. She beat the heck out of me in front of the entire class. That's the reason why I was never swimming. I was never a swimmer. I just learned how to swim last year for the first time. I was scared of water. I was beaten like a thief because I went to swim. So my parents are loving. I love them. They're beautiful. They're amazing. But there's just a small thing. I was created curious to find why. If I don't know why, you're not helping me. So if you say that Ethiopia is your enemy because they stole your land, my question is this: who told you that it was your land? And I think you know where I'm going to. Where I'm going to, I'm going. Oh my God. I see the sound of gun. All right. We are making a lot of noise. Somebody's coming with a gun. Anyway, what was I saying? I'm already distracted. It's what was I saying? Okay, who told you? You know, when Adam ate that fruit that God forbid him to eat, and you know, the scripture says his eyes were open and he realized that he was naked, and God came to the Garden of Eden, and then he called Adam. It was like, Adam, where are you? And Adam responds, it was, I am naked. God asked Adam, where are you? His position, but he replied on his situation. So they were off, like they were in different frequencies. And then God asked Adam, who told you you were naked? Because he was always naked, he did not know. The moment he ate the fruit, he realized he was naked. So he's asking, who told you you are naked? I don't know in the Quran what it says, but because I know you have this, but in the Bible it says, who told you you were naked? So I am asking you, who told you that Ethiopia are your enemies? Or you Ethiopia, who told you that Somalia or any country in Africa, who told you that they're your enemy? They stole our land. Who told you it was your land? Oh, you realize that. Berlin Conference. You want me to go back there? Oh, yeah, they came. They divided Africa like a piece of cake. They borders, they put this border. Italians, they put this border of Somalia and say, this is your border. When you look, I show here the map of Ethiopia. When you look at Ethiopia, where it is, how big it is, you realize that it was specifically, it was purposefully stopped from accessing water. Okay, let me show you the map. Let me show you the map, okay? Let me show you a map, because we're speaking. We were here talking. I remember I was here with my brother, Energy, my brother, brother has a lot of names himself. My brother Rich. Okay, let me show you this. Let me show you this map, okay? Somalia, just hang on for a second. Again, I'm not defending anything here. I just want us to reason. I want us to be people of reasoning and not just feeling emotions and all this stuff, all right? All right, look at this map. Look at Ethiopia and look at the map and everything. The borders of Somalia and everything. One thing that I need to figure out, I don't know, somebody help me. These borders, so Ethiopia, we know it was not colonized, but I want to know thing. We know all the borders of Africa were created by them. And these borders in Ethiopia, all of this, okay, now it makes sense, because Somalia border, it was created by them, you know, by colonizers. So if you have like Somalia, I think even Djibouti was part of Somalia, right? And Eritrea was part of Ethiopia, right? You know, somebody help me out that in the comments. You guys knows better about your country than I am. So when you look at this, look at the map of Africa and look at where Ethiopia is and Somalia is. Then you realize that this is purposefully Ethiopia, purposefully. It was taken away from the ocean, purposefully. So again, I'm not saying that this ocean, it belongs to it. And that's not what I'm saying. The entire continent of Africa is surrounded by water. Every country in Africa should have access to the water. We should figure out how can we provide that. For example, Congo, Rwanda, Burundi, all of them, they're accessing water from Tanzania because we have agreements. We provide for them. So every country in Africa that did not is not, you know, surrounded by water, they should have access to the water. The question is, how can we access the water? And I think that is the way that Somalia are against Ethiopia, because of how the prime minister went about it. All right. Okay. Djibouti was made in 1925 by Italy and Britain. Okay. You see somebody saying this. Djibouti was part of Ethiopia. Technically, it still is. All right. Somebody saying that. You guys, you know, what's the truth? For me, I did not know. So I'm just reading this comment. You're reading my mind, Mika. Okay. Okay. We will never accept Ethiopia expansion and occupation. Yes, I'm not saying they should expand to your borders. That's not what I'm saying, Somali people. That's not what I'm saying, guys. But I'm telling you, look at this map. Look at Somalia. Somalia is one of the country in Africa, one of the few countries in Africa that has the highest this runway of the beach, because you can see how like the entire country of Somalia is surrounded by water everywhere. You see, you guys, you have those everywhere, right? If you look at the map of Ethiopia, where it's located and how it looks like, the borders, you realize that Italians purposefully, they were stopping Ethiopia from accessing water. They were beaten by Ethiopian twice. And these borders that we say is our countries were created by them before we had kingdoms. And this is what I was saying even in that video, that this ocean, not this Red Sea, but the ocean of, I think it's Atlantic Ocean, it used to be called Ethiopian Sea. Why Ethiopian Sea? Because when you look at the original names of Africa, you'll find out that continent of Africa, it was at one time, it was addressed as Ethiopia. If Ethiopia Sea is this side of, Togo, the western side of Africa, then let me tell you this. If it is this western side of Africa, that means this continent, it was Ethiopia, even this side. Okay, this map, okay. I want to show you guys this again, okay. Let me show you this again. This map, why is not, okay, I did not click it. All right. Okay, let me show you. Okay, we're here right now. So let me put this map again. Okay, you guys, you're looking at this map right now, all right? Okay, so let me show you where Ethiopian Sea. Okay, so Ethiopian Sea, this one. No, not this one. Get out of here, man. Okay, here. You see this map, right? Okay, this one used to be called Ethiopian Sea. Here. Ethiopian Sea. This one, it used to be called Ethiopian Sea. But look at, where is Ethiopia? Ethiopia is right here. This is Ethiopia. But this one used to be called Ethiopian Sea. This one. Right now, Africa, all the oceans, we don't even have a single ocean called by the name of Africa. All of this is supposed to be called African Sea. All of this. All of this, because it's surrounded here in Africa. All of this. But you know this one? The ocean that is here in Tanzania, it's called Indian Ocean. Indian Ocean, and this is Africa. It's supposed to be called African Ocean. Here you have what's the name of this ocean? Man, so many things. Sometimes details we lose. Okay, North Atlantic Ocean, South Atlantic Ocean, all this Atlantic Ocean. This is Indian Ocean. It's supposed to be called African Ocean. We need to rename this to African Ocean. So imagine if this ocean, reason with me a little bit, if this ocean used to be called Ethiopian Sea, and Ethiopia is right here. So think about this. Somali people, think about this. Just think about it. If this one used to be called Ethiopian Sea, and Ethiopia country is here, I'm telling you that this entire place, perhaps it was called Ethiopia. Yeah. How can you call these Ethiopian Sea, this here? Wow. It does not make sense, but that's how it used to be called. So Ethiopia is the only country that was not colonized. And you can see when you look at these, when you look at these borders, then you realize that, I just want us to reason a little bit. When you look at these borders, you realize that these colonizers, they were very strategic. Men, they know. They know. And that's why they're the same people right now that will talk about it. They'll be like, no, respect international borders. No, international, because they made it and they want you guys to continue to fight. They want you guys to continue. Okay, I can talk about Nile River. Why Egypt and Ethiopia, they have this tension with Nile River. Egypt, they say, okay, we have international laws. It was already a long time ago, man. But by them, they did for purpose to favor one side against the other side. But now we need us to make another agreements today about these things. You can't stop them from creating, dam Ethiopia, saying that, okay, you're stopping water from coming to Egypt. It does not make sense. It's open and it's feeling that, does it change anything? No, it doesn't change anything. Then why argument? Why quarrels? Why? That's why I'm saying leaders are supposed to sit down and to talk. So these things, when I say, people, you take me as oh, you're favoring Ethiopia. No, I'm not favoring Ethiopia. I am thinking about this and it does not make sense to me. And I'm expressing my thoughts. I would say the same thing if something happened to Somalia or to Kenya or to Nigeria. If it does not make sense in my mind, I'll speak about it. And I share here, guys. You see. So if you say that, oh, these guys are enemies, they took our land, who told you it was your land? Somebody put these borders. So what I'm trying to say, okay, maybe I'm thinking this because I'm not thinking nationalistic. I am Africanism. I have a spirit of one Africa. And because of that, I speak I speak collectively. Because of that, I speak collectively. I speak like I speak about Africa. So you must understand that I think Africa collectively. And when I say about this, I'm thinking about entire continent of Africa. That, hey, these borders we see, we did not make it. Somebody else make to divide us. So right now, when Ethiopia and Somalia have tension, Italians are celebrating it. And then you have the president of Somalia going to Italy, welcome Italians coming back to Somalia. Did they even pay reparation for you guys? Eh? Somalia, let me ask you this. For the people that they were killed in Somalia by Italians, did they pay reparation to your families? These things you need to ask your leaders. We need to hold them accountable. You see, that's why I'm having like double thoughts. Right now, I'm very sensitive because President Ruto of Kenya, he led me astray. I was here defending him so much. He led me astray. And now people are coming back and they say, hey, we're just laughing at you. What you say was very, hey, oh my God, you've been fooled. You cannot fool me twice. You fool me once, you fool me twice is my own issue. You cannot do that. Now I'm questioning everybody's coming right now. I'm not gonna be easy going that, hey, yes, this is what we need for Africa. No. I'm not gonna fall for that. President Ruto cost me. And I'm releasing that video for him. So guys, yeah, think about it. These borders, we did not create them. You must think those who created it, they wanted to divide and conquer us. So let's not think that we're fellow enemies. I'm telling you, Ethiopia, Somalia, you guys, you're one people. Let me tell you this, you're one people. You're one people. Those borders, that's why today you have a lot of Somalis living in Ethiopia. You have Jigjiga there. All Somalis are there. Somali state in Ethiopia, Jigjiga. You have that. We speak the same language there. We have that. In Tanzania, you have a lot of Somalis. Somalis. Majority of people here are Somalis in Tanzania, Ethiopians. When you go to the northern part of Africa, of Tanzania, all of those tribes, whatever, they're coming from Ethiopia and Somalia originally. They're here. They're Tanzanians. We want people. When you come to Tanzania, you go to the southern part of Tanzania, the South Africans are there. There's one tribe called from Songea, one place called Songea. People who are living there coming from South Africa. They're here. Tanzania, we have all nationalities. We have Congolese, we have Rwandese, we have Burundis, we have Ugandans, we have Kenyans, we have Somalis, we have Ethiopians, we have the entire Africa in one country. And that's how it is in most of countries you see in Africa. That's why when you go to Ethiopia, you find white-looking people, you find black-looking people, you find dark-looking people. You feel like you're in Sudan, but you're in Ethiopia. Ethiopians. In every country in Africa, wherever you go, it's the most diverse continent you ever find. You find all Africans in the single country. That's how diverse we are. Even in Somalia. So that's why I'm afraid when people say that, I'm concerned when they say that, hey man, we are not Africans, you're Somali. You're Somali, man. You look dark like me and you say you're not African? Come on, get out of here, man. And don't come with your light skin and say that I'm not African, I'm light skin. Get your light skin out of here, man. Get your country out of the continent if you think you're not African. Get out of here, man. I'm looking at this continent. I see your country in this continent. You are an African. Some of you invaded Africa. You're not supposed to be here, but you stick with us. Otherwise, go back where you came from. I'm going to North Africa. If you feel you're not African, go back to Arabs. Go back there. Go back there. If you're Moroccan, you feel like I'm not African, you're Egyptian, I'm not African, go back there to Arab. Go back to Middle East. Go back to where you belong. As long as you're in this continent, you're an African. By default, you like it or not, we stuck together. There's no sub-Saharan Africa. There's only Africa. Today, know that. So you must understand my heart, where it's coming from. That's where my heart is coming from. Okay, today, man, I share my heart too much. Enough with my heart, man. If you guys, you're going to believe, you're not going to believe, it's up to you. I'm done today. I'm done with you. I expressed myself. I said everything I wanted to say. All right? So look at that. And I'm not here to defend anyone. I'm not here to pick side anyone. My side is Africa. I always love Africa. I always stand with Africa. If I come here to talk about your country, in a negative way. I'm not talking about the people. I'm not talking about the country. I'm talking about the policies and the leadership. My heart is with the leaders. My heart, oh my goodness, my phone just went off. My heart is with the leaders. That's my heart. And I always question leaders. So I'm not here against the people. I love you guys. And when you come here in Swahili Nation, don't think for a second that I'm against people. No, I'm not against people. I'm against leaders. My phone went out. I just lost my people on TikTok. I'm sorry, TikTokers. You can come here. My phone went off here and it's not even turning on. All right, guys. I thank you. And I think I said enough today. No, I did not even have dinner. And right now it's like almost 2. Oh my God, the door making a lot of noises there. It's like as if we own the sea. All right, man. All right, if I said all these things and you have people who never understand. All right, yeah. Did I say you don't own the sea? I said you own the sea. Am I arguing Abdi Hassan? You own the sea, yes. It's your sea. You can do whatever you want with your sea. But I'm telling you, you must be you're Somali, but sometimes you ride on Ethiopian airline, right? Yeah, because Africa Air is, for God's sake, Africa Air is occupied by Ethiopia. So yeah, you own sea. You own sea, but you don't own everything, right? That's why we must think collectively, because we depend on one another. You might think today you own sea and you own everything, but there's something else is owned by someone else. Rishum, all right. All right, TikToker, I'm sorry, man. I lost, my phone just went off because of the charge. I'm sorry, I lost you. So it's called Somali Sea. All right. All right. That's really good. That's really good, man. I'm proud of you. Proud of you. I'm proud of you. That's what I'm talking, Breaks. The goddess. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. You must fight as a united continent, not just one country. Yes, we are on the same page. Somalia, Ethiopia, whether you believe or not, we are on the same page. Somebody else wants us to be divided, to keep arguing, keep calling each other enemy, but we are on the same page. That's what we should see. So if we think we're on the same page, we'll see that MOU of of Ethiopia and Somaliland, and we'll be like, all right, guys, this move, we don't like this move, but let's sit down and figure out how can we move forward. How can we make this better? Let's sit down. Because we are on the same page. We should always know that. And these leaders, all of them, they were there in African Union Summit, so they know this. But who will make a move? Anyways, guys, allow me to end here, guys. I am exhausted. Almost 3 hours. I'm exhausted, and I said my heart. But we'll be coming here for another live streams, okay? I love you guys so much. I love Africa. I love all of these countries. Oh, yeah. I love all of these countries, and I love you guys. All right. Yeah. Thank you guys for joining here. Thank you guys for being here. And if you haven't liked the stream, please do. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We have more than 2,000 people watch this stream. But how many people like this? We have only 164 people like. So we have majority of people who do not like. So please like before you leave. It'll help us to reach to as many people as we can and get more conversation. And after we finish this, feel free to leave your comments in the comment section, because it's important to hear your opinion and your comments. So you can leave your comments in the comment section as well. Somebody said, I'm sorry, Somalia people, you are not Africa. We have Somali people, my country, Ethiopia, Somalia. All right, guys. Allow me to, I'll just pray a little quick for our countries. I'll pray, and then I'll be getting out of here. God, I thank you for today that you have granted me this chance, opportunity, very rare opportunity to talk to my fellow Africans. I thank you and I glorify you. It's not because I'm worthy, or it's not because I'm better than anybody else, but it's because we have a message that you want us to hear. And I just thank you for our brothers and sisters across the continent. I thank you for whatever difficulties they're going through as a country, as individuals, and our leaders. I bring them into your hands. Continue to give them wisdom on how to go through these issues. Some of the conflicts can easily be overcome or resolved by conversation, talks, and negotiations. And I pray that we'll take that road. Rather than hating on one another, despising one another, calling each other's name like enemies and, non-Africans or, whatever. It does not help us at all. So help us, God. And I pray that this community will be the source of that peace, love, and unity for this continent. When they want to see love, unity, and peace, they will come here and they will experience that. I thank you. I glorify you. I give you all the praise, honor, and glory. In your precious name I pray. Amen. Guys, I love you. And I love you so much. And I'll see you guys on our videos. If you haven't seen our videos on YouTube, go and check them out. I just uploaded a video on TikTok as well, so please go and enjoy. Follow me on social media as well, Mika Chavala, everywhere. The name you see on TikTok is everywhere, TikTok, X, everywhere. And Swahili Nation on YouTube as well. Subscribe there. All right. I appreciate it, guys. I love you. All the comments, you guys are amazing. I did not get the chance to read all of them, but all of you guys who are in pain, who do not agree with me, who whatever, I read all of them. And, I reason. I don't take things emotionally, but I reason. So when I read your comments, and if you guys do not agree with me, I also ask myself that, what can I do better? So yeah, let's continue to build this community together. We're here because of you, and you're there because of us. One Africa. All right. Let's keep promoting that. See that? One Africa. Let's keep promoting that till the end of the age. All right. All right, guys. Thank you. Appreciate TikTokers. Let me say bye here on YouTube first. YouTube, I appreciate it, guys. Watch the videos we release. There's a lot of them. So go and enjoy. All right. Okay, let me leave you with this. It's been a while I didn't leave you with any video. Let me leave you with this one. Let me leave you with this one.
So the lie began from the very beginning of time, right? And I can ask you one question right now. What does history tell us you about Africa? Who discovered Africa? If you write right now on Google who discovered Africa, you find out that is one white man that he came and discovered Africa. And you can ask yourself that how can you discover a place that already exists? How can you discover a place that people already live in that place? It is impossible, but that's what the history tells us. That's what people believe about Africa, that it was discovered by a white man. This guy, he came, and then he went back, he gave a report, and then the next we know is colonialism, because those guys, they sat somewhere to divide Africa like a piece of cake, because they discovered it, they own it, it belonged to them. But that is us. We discovered, we're the first people to know. And today you have a lot of people around the world that they think that Africa was discovered by them.
Okay, let me tell you this, guys. Darkness has no power. Darkness has no power at all. Like darkness, it has no power. Why? If you're in the deep darkness, all right, you don't see anything. You don't see where you're going. You don't see what is next to you. And then you just turn light. In 1 second, that darkness disappears. So do you understand the importance of light in the midst of darkness? Okay, on the other hand, if you have light, it doesn't matter how much there's a deep darkness. It doesn't matter, but you always see something as long as there's a light. This is to tell you that, guys, in the midst of darkness, there's these bright moments that happen, and our job is to focus on that. Sometimes, there'll be a time we'll talk about the issues and everything and the struggles that are happening and how can we get over this. And there'll be a time that we'll channel our energy and we channel our hearts to something good that is happening.
So Africa, a place where poverty and pandemic diseases are originated, the least wealthy continent per capita, the land where the only things to be found are animals, corrupted leaders, poor kids, dirty water and civil wars, people who are in need for help, donations and support, aka the NGO's motherland. For others, honestly, Africa is just a very hot, dark and sad place everyone wishes to escape one day. Well, whether you're an African or not, this thinking isn't new to you, because you have read, heard or felt the same way before. Just type the word Africa on Google right now. Turn on your TV and see what the NGOs portray. Watch movies from Hollywood. Ask your mama, friends, or ask yourself, what is Africa? Yet if you're still struggling to believe, let me ask you this. What comes to your mind when you hear the word Africa? Tell me the first thought that comes to your mind right now. Honestly, tell me right now. But what really is Africa? What is Africa? Listen, there are many theories about the name, but one that is close to the truth is Al-Kebulan. This name translates to Mother of Mankind, or according to other sources, the Garden of Eden, the place where love, peace and unity dwells. Al-Kebulan is an extremely old word. Many nations in Africa use this word, including Ethiopians, Nubians, Moors and Numidians. For me, this isn't just the theory, but the truth. My truth I choose to believe in. As cliche as it sounds, that's the future I'm hoping for. The tomorrow I'm fully determined to see. The dream I am convinced and dedicated to fighting for until it happens. What is Africa for you?
...113 kilometers northwest of Arusha, in the eastern...
Geopolitics of the world never got crazier. This is the most craziest place on earth, because this is the portion of land which is owned by absolutely no one. Like, this is the land which is independent. It's not yet colonized, it's not owned by any state. You see, Egypt has some claims to the land of Sudan, and Sudan has claims to the land of Egypt. And if any of the two nations claim this land, they will have to lose all other claims to their neighbor. Like Egypt will have to lose their claims to Sudan, and Sudan will have to lose their claim to Egypt if they take this land. And this land is really not that productive. It's really a desert place. So they chose not to claim it. So this is the only portion in the world which is owned by absolutely no one. And today, I declare that this is Marshfield Kingdom.
On hot days in the savannas, preys take time to mock their predators. These zebras have just found a sleeping lion, but instead of fleeing for their lives, a strange behavior comes to display. They stand and stare. After all, what is this life if full of cares? We have no time to stand and stare. Even a mother brings her calf to the sightseeing party. They stare, move to a better angle, and stare some more. And once they've had their fill, they walk on, leaving room for other zebra tourists to close in. It's a calculated risk, however. They know a lone male lion on a hot day is as good as a useless pile of lazy meat that is better off sleeping. For today, they have other things